on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome to another edition of Chelsea News Roundup Show. I do hope you're all doing well. Once again, it's a drama, and drama. Yes, we'll talk about Nicolas Jackson failed move to Bayern. We'll talk about also Fermin Lopez. Could he be joining Chelsea? An interesting comment from Hans Flick himself during the post-game presser, I think. And then we'll talk about Tyrique to Roma. We'll talk about the return, possibly, could be, not just a verbal agreement in place right now of Mark Guiu and Nicolas Jackson told to go back to your parent club by Bayern Munich. Basically, that signals that, yeah, Nicolas Jackson will not be joining Bayern Munich. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go a long way. We have 3 likes. You can do a lot better than that because we have 35 people following the show. If half of you take a second to drop a like on the video, we'd have at least 16 likes. But that's, by the way, I'm not gonna waste your time too much. We'll start addressing the items we have lined up immediately as we can. This one, yep, you could argue he's Victor Yokeres' replacement at Sporting CP. His name Conrad Harder. Okay. I have a very dirty mind, and I'm sorry. But I'm just gonna keep it to myself. Okay. So this reads, that's according to David Onston. Quote, that's Vince here quoting David Onston. That particular report reads, Chelsea have already made multiple inquiries, not just one, multiple inquiries, including for Sporting CP and Denmark attacker Conrad Harder. So we're considering multiple options, which brings to mind what I said about the Nicholas Jackson situation, that we're not necessarily bringing him back to come be part of our squad. Chances are we have all the clubs interested, which gives us the confidence that we can actually sell him for a permanent and get a good fee from him. Use it, invest it somewhere else. I get it. It won't be long, and the transfer window will be shut, but in a transfer window like this, 5 hours is a lot of time. Yeah. But the truth remains, when you leave it that late, you end up spending a lot more than you'd spend when time isn't running out. But that's, by the way, I don't know him that well. I'm not going to try to educate you on the type of striker he is, but seeing his comps, I mean, but that I don't think it'd be okay to just tell you that he's a good player just going by the comps that I've watched. But if we're going by that alone, his all again overall style of play not bad. He has a lot more to his game than just being a traditional number 9. But let's see what happens. And we've seen there are subsequent reports. One suggests that he's rejected Chelsea because he believes he'd be better off remaining at Sporting CP where he continues to develop. We've also heard that we did inquire about Kolo Muani. We've always been interested in Kolo Muani himself, but his preference will be to join Juventus and not come to Chelsea. So there's a lot out there, and we're not again, we have multiple options because we don't want to risk not getting at least one in. Maybe the verbal agreement for Margie's return, you could say, because we don't want to find ourselves in a situation where if we end up not signing a better option, then we're not going to be able to negotiate Muggy's return. So, but it is a drama, 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 drama everywhere indeed. And we have, please let him stay at Chelsea. Houston, I'm sure that's Bartolome Bassi. I'm quite sure you're talking about Nicolas Jackson. The club never wanted to sell him. If you've been following Chelsea perspective, you know that, yeah, we've talked about Nicolas Jackson at length, multiple shows. And the sensible conclusion we've always arrived at is that, yeah, given his valuation that was made public at the time, £80 million, that reflects the fact that Chelsea don't want to sell him, but they were open to letting him go if he wants to leave. Then at the time, from what we're hearing, he did tell the club, yeah, that he wants to move on because, quote unquote, according to Fabrizio Romano, he wants to feel important. So, which did interpret at the time myself that he just doesn't want to compete. He wants to be the starting player, but at Chelsea we don't do such thing. We are a big club. Big clubs don't do that. You're not. Big clubs don't. You can say you're not important than any other player. You have to prove it on the pitch. And in this case, he didn't want to compete, even though we heard again, we did see some comments from his camp suggesting that, yeah, he wants to stay and fight for his place. Then why did he tell the club he wants to leave? Because we weren't looking to sell him. I get it. There were reports at the time suggesting that, yeah, even though we're not looking to sell him, but if we get a sizable offer for him and he wants to go, we'd let him go. But let's see what we do for him. I don't, as I said before, I don't think we're necessarily calling it, bringing him back to reintegrate him into our squad. I don't think that's the case. But let's hear your theory. Matt Guy is coming back. Nicolas Jackson been told by Bayern to go back to your club. We're no longer interested. You can say he and his agent both put themselves in such situation because had they listened, uh, I don't think it'd get to an extent where they'd be embarrassed by Bayern. Yeah, we've heard Bayern told them go back to Chelsea, go back to London. We're no longer interested. Yeah. Jackson going to Senegal, he doesn't want to come back. That is nonsense. The international break is upon us, isn't it? He can get into serious trouble. Just forget that. He can get into serious trouble. I'm quite sure he knows that. His agent knows that. He's under contract at Chelsea. And I don't understand all the, you can say, there's nothing complicated about this situation, really. Bayern wasn't going to sign him on a permanent. I get it. The deal did include an option for a permanent purchase. Option, not an obligation for a permanent purchase, which simply means they could, at the end of the season, say, yeah, we thought maybe that it's going to work out, but yeah, we don't want to buy you on a permanent. It's really that simple. So I don't know why he's behaving as if, yeah, the proposed move was a permanent move to Bayern. Yeah, if they really want him, they'd sign him on a permanent immediately. But I think they just wanted, they want him, you could say, as a placeholder signing, in my opinion, good enough to cut to, you could say, in the good enough in the absence of what's his name, Harry Kane, to do a good enough job for them. So they take their time, scout, and find a more suitable player for their project. I never believed that, yeah, had that deal gone through, that they will sign him on a permanent at the end of the season. I don't think so. I think they were just, if he was just going to be a placeholder and only gets to play important games if Harry Kane isn't fit, or maybe if games don't go their way and they want to try something else, and then they take off Harry Kane and bring him on. It's really that simple. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? We record Guy at the end of the day. I will sell Nicolas Jackson to Newcastle United. He may well end up there, but I don't think Newcastle will sign him. They paid 80 million euros for what he made. Does it make sense that they still sign Nicolas Jackson? I mean, I don't know. It depends on how ambitious they are. But I believe that Nicolas Jackson, that he'd do a lot better in the Premier League than Walter made. Yeah, he can only get better as long as he looks himself in the mirror, do some self reflection, and realize the area part of his game that he needs to work on and get better at. I think he'd be fine. So another option, Aston Villa possibly, but I don't know. But I'm still sticking with my belief that we again, his return doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to get reintegrated into our first 11. I mean, it's a possibility. Never say never. You don't know. Uh, Again, our club will never cease to amaze us, but overall, it is a drama, 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 drama. We should sue Nicolas Jackson. Not right now, too early. I think they will give him time. I think it's a human thing when such again, when you find yourself in such disappointing situation, people deal with such situation differently. Some actually, well, could get depressed, really. In his case, I mean, I think the club will understand. Even if he goes straight to Senegal, yeah, the as I said before, the international break is upon us, so nothing wrong there. Uh, Here's the thing: he wouldn't want to risk getting into trouble. Yeah, I think he'd be into a lot of mess. I don't know what's in his contract, but yeah, it was a proposed loan move with an option for a permanent purchase. It wasn't a permanent purchase immediately, and we do have the right to say, yeah, we don't want to sell him anymore. It's really that simple. So let's see. Jackson causes trouble at the moment. I think I don't think it's right to just start saying he causes trouble. No, we wanted him gone after he told us he'd like to leave because he wants to feel important. Then, in the process of leaving, we called it up, said, "Yeah, we're not interested in letting him go anymore," which we have every right to do. Um, so you can't blame him. I think they'd give him space to what's the language I'm looking for? I think the club will give him space to get past the situation, maybe for lack of a more relatable or specific term. That uh, not digest. No, maybe now chances are he's in denial. I don't know him personally to tell you how he deals with such situation, but it only makes sense that he needs some space. Yeah, to take it all in, maybe. All right. So this kid, I don't know him. But yeah, he said, according to rumors, he said he wants to stay at Lisbon, Sporting CP. That yeah, he'd be better off there than joining Chelsea, which makes sense. He's looking out for himself. But let's see what happens. Whether we end up getting Colomwani, the possibility is still there. So Chelsea have reached an agreement with Sunderland to recall Mark Guiu, yeah, signed from Barcelona. Was it last year? I think had it not been for the that he got injured the same game with Nicolas Jackson. Who would have thought that is again? If you tell me before that game that there's a possibility such happens in a single game, I'd bet my life savings that it's not possible, honestly. But it happened, which yeah, had it not been that situation, I think yeah, by now he'd be a more established Chelsea player. But yeah, unfortunately for him, Jackson got injured. He got injured. Dude weren't there to play in Jackson's place. But let's see. I like him, and Maresca likes him too. And there's never been. He's always made it clear that he likes Mark Gee. More importantly, he presses a very very well. I think you could say that makes him an ideal number 9 for Enzo Maresca. So this one is interesting. I'm gonna say this just when again after this was yesterday. I think nothing new here. Vince quoting he's quoting Fabrizio Romano, and he reads, "Barca don't see this deal happening for Fermin Lopez to leave the club. The only way for Fermin Lopez to leave on deadline day is for Fermin Lopez to go public and say, I want to go, I want to leave. Here's how I read this. This for me comes across as if he told them in a meeting, or if maybe maybe he already told the manager that yeah, he wants to leave. That's how I read this particular report here. Because if they're waiting, uh, let's read the second paragraph again. It reads: the only way Fermin Lopez leaves, Fermin Lopez to leave on deadline day is for Fermin Lopez to go public and say, "I want to leave. I want to go. I want to leave." So they're not even saying it's again the only way he leaves. He'd leave is for him to tell the manager and the hierarchy that he wants to leave. That which means that had already happened before this particular report. So they're just pushing. You can say they're just trying to make it difficult for him to leave. I think he'd already told them already because they'd say if he hadn't told them that he wants to leave, this it would there'd be a part of this report that says, yeah, he's told us already that he wants to leave, but the only way he leaves is that he has to make it public. But this specifically is requesting that he makes it public that he wants to leave, which means he's told them in private that he wants to leave. So it's kind of complicated. And as I did say the day we addressed the report, that I don't think would make an official bid if Famin himself hadn't okayed that move. So yeah, we're getting some green lights or green signals from his camp, which yeah led to us making an official bid. Let's see. And then today, I think it was during the post game interview. I don't know where my. Let me see if I find that particular report where Hans Flick did say something to the effect of, yeah, and that he's not sure what's going to happen on something to that effect until the transfer window closes. That he thought something about ego. I think he presented more answer than the journalists wanted from him. They just wanted us to know about the future of Fermin Lopez, and he went ahead to start talking about ego. So I think yeah, it's that's a sign that that probably it looks like okay. Let me see if I find it. Barcelona manager Hans Flick, Fermin Lopez's possible move to Chelsea. He responded by saying, "I don't want to talk about Fermin. When the market is over, we will know 100% if he will stay." So pay attention to that. The detail is in what he did not say. So he went on to say, we don't want egos because egos kill success. So you could argue there's some, you could say, measure of friction between Famin's camp and and Barcelona's hierarchy. So that's a good sign for us if we really do want Famin. All right, what else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the Zoom, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation right now. 42 people following the show on YouTube, to be more specific, but 4 likes. I think we can do a lot better than 4 likes. If half of you like the video, we'll have at least 23. All right, Chelsea recalling Jackson and Guiu. What happens? Guiu stays. Jackson still leaves. Both will stay. I don't think both stays. I think Jackson, in my opinion, he will eventually move on because yeah, he's. I don't think he'd be happy to return to Chelsea. I think he has no right than to return now, but that can change tomorrow. We still have a day before the transfer window shuts. But that's by the way, I've read all this. This one here. We said it, coach. We cannot go through a 16-game season with just 2 strikers. 3 will be fine. But the question is who would want to stay and fight? Not all of them. Okay. Thank you, Stan, for that information there. He reads Delap and Pedro are my 2 strikers. Nicolas Jackson is currently in the transfer conversation until the window closes. This was at the time Jackson said he wanted to stay and fight with. Here's the thing: I'm not arguing with you. I know you're very knowledgeable. I know you read a lot. I know you stay informed. I'm just arguing that chances are he'd already told the club he wants to leave. So I don't know. Honestly, I'm not saying you're wrong. Yeah, I know how informed you are. So, but leave my own opinion to me, and yours, you could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong that he never told the club that he wanted to leave. But you and I, we're not fighting again. We've been friends for a while, so you know how I operate, and I know how you operate, staff. We will be very busy. It's going to be a very busy. I don't. It will be busy. Here's the thing. Let me rephrase that. We're busy already, and it will stay like that until the transfer window shuts. Yeah. So let's hear you, staff. I don't want a situation where you drag me out of topic, and if I don't read your comment, you will feel like I'm not reading your comment. But I'm going to read this one, please. Let's stay. We'll come back to Nicolas Jackson when he gets to that. Let's talk. This is something you could have messaged me personally, and we'll sort it out. He says that this was also after he rejected Napoli and AC Milan. Only after that press conference did Jackson say he wanted to consider his options. I am not sure, Coach. Why do you think he asked to leave? That's how I read the situation, because I've seen a lot of stuff out there even before, when he was saying that he wants to stay and fight him, and fight for his place. In the same report, usually the second paragraph, you still see something like, but the Senegalese international is weighing his options. Even before the manager said that. But that's an opinion thing. Let's move on from that. Honestly, we can talk about that another day. We shouldn't stand in Jackson way. I don't think we should, but I don't think he's coming back because, not necessarily because we want to reintegrate him into the squad. Chances are we've brought him back because we're confident we're going to sell him on a permanent to another club, one of the English clubs that are interested in signing him. But that's just my opinion. I honestly do not know. I wanted him to stay, but I knew at the time it was going to be difficult if he feels like his place in the team is under threat. Yeah, but thank you, Stan, for the information. I know you're well informed. We're not fighting. Just my opinion against yours. So what's happening to Jackson now? Bayern has told him. Bayern told him and his agent Ali Barat that they should go back to London. That they have no agreement, which that Chelsea haven't signed any document, something to that effect. So it's official. It's officially over. The fact that Bayern are no longer interested in signing him. All right, let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular evening. It is 6 p.m. CST for me. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you once again. Let's see. Nothing new, but a lot. That's once again interesting comment. Interesting comment from Heinz Flick. I think he you can say a lot more than the journalists wanted. He could have just said, yeah, Fermin, yeah, here's the thing. Fermin is our player, and if the transfer window shuts and it's no longer here, then yeah, he'd go then he he'd be gone to Chelsea. But he went to the extent of talking about ego. So that's not a good sign. Maybe he's already had the falling out for them, or maybe he sold them already. He wants to leave. All right. So maybe he told them already he wants to leave. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, let's see. All right, this here says this is new 1 minute ago. This here reads Crystal Palace are considering a let mover for Axel Disasi as they look for potential replacement for Mark Guiu. I think he'd be Mark Guehi, so to speak. I think he'd be a good replacement for Mark Guehi. The same traditional defenders, but I think he's probably. I wouldn't go to the extent of saying he's better on the ball than Mark Guehi, but that's by the way. I want to take us down to that comment. Yeah, Barcelona manager. Look at that particular report here, and that's according to Marca. And Marca, I think, respectable in my opinion. I've followed them for a while, but I don't rely on them for transfer, Chelsea related transfer news, except if we're looking to sign a player from the Spanish league. So this year, interesting. It looks like Fermin will eventually leave Barcelona. So we read the other report, which you'd have to look beyond the surface level. Again, surface, I can't speak this afternoon, surface level information to realize that, yeah, there's something they're not saying. They're only saying he should make it public if he wants to leave, which to me, which tells me that he told them, he'd already told them in private that, yeah, he wants to leave. So, but that plus this particular report, let's read it from Marca. It reads Barcelona manager Hansi Flick on Fermin Lopez possible move to Chelsea. He says, I don't want to talk about Fermin. When the market is over, we will see, we will know 100% if he will stay. So there's a chance there, first of all. He could have just said, Fermin is a Barcelona player. He's not going anywhere. But then he went ahead to say, we don't want egos because egos kill success. That is telling. You can say that is the biggest sign yet that Fermin will leave Chelsea football, will leave Barcelona. Whether he ends up at Chelsea, I don't know. But it just sounds as if maybe they're trying too hard to keep him, but he wants to leave. It's open to interpretation, but it's simply for me, it shows that he'd already told them he wants to leave. For me, it's a baller. I will love him at Chelsea. Whether we get him, I don't know. Staff says here, oh, okay, I'll check it again. I'll check it to see what's going on. We're friends, but we've fought 1,000 times. Maybe one of those times you blocked me and you didn't know. Did Fermin start for Barcelona? I didn't watch their games, but I can check quickly. Let me check here. But it's definitely not looking good. Those two items we talked about, the first one where you can say the way it is phrased suggests that he'd already told them in private that he wants to leave, but they're trying to force him to make it public, which means making life a bit more, making, you could say, the potential departure a bit more difficult. But I have the captain of the community in the house here in Constantine Dante to read. I'll show him the two reports, then we'll get his opinion on, you can say, his perception of the two reports. Just give me 1 second here. What am I looking for here? Okay, my Fort Mob app. Let's see the Barcelona. By the way, they lost, right? Or was it a draw? I can't remember. Yeah, okay, 1-1 draw. So they dropped 2 points. Let me see lineup for Barcelona here. Ferran Torres, Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo, Rafinha. So he was on the bench. Was he on the bench? Let me see. What? Not even on the bench. Let me look again. I have glasses on, so Fernandez. All right. Can someone else look at it? Okay, Lopez, he was on the bench and was okay. Okay. 62nd minute he was introduced. But here's the thing. So, but Dante, big up to you. Thank you for finding the time to join the show. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, big up, coach. Good. Just woke up, so yeah. Just saw you're on, so quickly
And
came
it's
on.
around. It should be around 8 a.m. for you.
9 a.m. Yeah.
Okay, 9 a.m. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let me show you the two reports we're talking about here. Not
Big up to
this
everyone in the
one.
chat.
Sorry.
Just big up to everyone in the chat as well.
Okay. There's one that talked about how if he really wants to leave, that he has to make it public. He has to say publicly. that I want to go, I want to leave. That's telling, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of
That's
course, yeah.
telling. That simply means he'd already told them in private that he wants to leave. But they're trying to make his potential departure a bit more difficult. They're playing hard to get, maybe, right?
Yeah, like I said last 2 days ago, coach, with them, they want it. They want the player to come out and say it because that way, to the fans and everyone else know it's very clear that way, and then they can, pretty much sell him then that way. They want it in writing or for him to make it public, etc., so they can show that. It's politics of Barcelona are always like that. They always want to show everything. Everything is sort of approved by everyone there, so they need to make it public so they can justify it and to say that they did nothing wrong. Basically, you know what I mean. So that's how they want it. The politics are pretty full on at Barcelona. So yeah, until he does that, well, I don't. Like I was saying, I don't think he'll get a move until he does that. I don't think it will happen. He might have told Chelsea. He
Then
might
it
have
will
said it
take
in the
some
back.
serious beat from us to move them.
Take a serious bid. It's like I said, a lot of money. 40 million is not going to do it. They're going to want double that. And for him to make it public as well, write a letter or
And if he
on.
makes it public, it helps us.
It does help us, yes, yes, and it justifies them as well doing it more. It kind of puts all the guilt off them and everything, and then the fans basically, don't look at them as much. It looks at Fermin. So that's the way they want it. If Fermin really wants that move, that's the way he has to do it. Simple. He probably should have known that already. It wouldn't be enough just sort of in the background slowly saying it to them. He needs to make it public. That's the way
I
they
mean,
want to
he
do it.
needs to make it public. And here's the thing: have you seen the new report? What Hansi Flick said?
No, I haven't. I went to bed
Okay,
early
let
last
me
night,
read
so
it.
I
Let me read
haven't
it.
had a chance
He
to look.
was asked a simple question. He went above and beyond. He presented more than needed. Here's the thing. Let me read it. The question is about Fermin Lopez's possible move to Chelsea. Look at what he said. He said, "I don't want to talk about Fermin. When the market is over, we will see. We will know 100% if he will stay." That's a sign on its own.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if he was certain that he's not going anywhere, he'd just tell them, Famin is a Barcelona player. He's not going anywhere.
Straight
Okay,
out. Yeah.
here's
So
the
he
latter
knows.
part.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the
Yeah.
latter part. This is a sign that there's been some sort of falling out, or maybe they're not happy with Famin for wanting to leave. And he reads, "We don't want egos because egos kill success." That's the biggest sign yet that, yeah, the kid wants out.
He would have talked to the coach. He would have talked to Flick, and that's why Flick's saying that. He would have told Flick that he's made his decision, and he wants to move, and that's why Flick is talking that way. Otherwise, like you said, he wouldn't. So yeah, to them, that's an ego. You wanting to leave Barcelona, that doesn't really happen. So that's why I said 2 days ago, they want you to make that public because they want no accountability, no nothing. They want to put it all on the player. So no one really leaves Barcelona like that. So, not a player that they use that plays all the time. They don't like players leaving, especially, like this.
A
So,
young player that's as good as Famin.
and he's very good. It's not that, they don't want
Hmm.
to they don't want to lose him. So this way, they want to pin it all on the player, get no accountability. The player wants to leave, blah, blah, blah. And he wants them to make it public. Flick saying that, obviously he's spoken to Flick and told Flick as well. So he's not happy, obviously, Flick. So he's probably kind of, ruined his chances a little bit there if he does stay, maybe going forward. I know you said he came on and played,
Yeah,
but
62nd minute.
he might not be as favored going forward because of this. So, yeah, look, we'll see what happens. I'm not
So he'd
sure.
be
Like I
better off
said,
leaving because
you're better off
this
leaving. Yeah,
this
of
thing that
course.
Flick says here, I think it's not okay. The latter part, we don't want egos. He said the detail is in what he did not say. He's basically saying that the kid is egotistic.
Yeah, because he wants to leave Barcelona, and who wants to leave Barcelona? Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I,
So
I think,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's a good sign for us. Hopefully, we're still interested. But I'm seeing all sorts of theories on X suggesting because Jackson is back and we've already signed a Barnote, the kid from um, the kid
Brighton.
from what's his name? The kid from
Brighton, yes.
Brighton, and that definitely Fermin is not coming. I think if we can still sign Fermin, would tell Brighton, yeah, we're no longer interested in the loan. It is really that simple, no sentiments, and you can tell that under this ownership, we're not into sentiments. Whenever we want to do something, if anything is on the way, we get rid of that and I get it done.
Yeah, let's maybe put it this way: he's not a Chelsea player. He's on loan. That for the
Exactly.
most
So
part.
it'd be easy to terminate the loan, right?
Very easy to terminate that loan, or maybe send him, to Strasbourg. Agree with Thingo to terms, or or just terminate the loan because it's not expensive. He's on low salary. It wouldn't be expensive to terminate that loan. So, or they just keep him as a backup. But look, he's been brought in to be backup just in case. He'll get cup games, something here and there, but he's not going to play that much. Basically, just to train and they'd be there in case of backup. Chelsea played a bit extra for that, probably to grab him because he was going to go to Leeds on a permanent. So they probably did tell him, he's got a bit of game time maybe coming up, but he's on loan. So I mean, a player on loan, you know how that works. So yeah.
Okay, let's get back to the Jackson talk. Bayern, they've told him, yeah, that's it. We don't want you. You and your agent, you have to go back to London.
Yeah, they.
I think it was just this
What are they
morning that
going
I
to
started making sense of Nicolas Jackson's second post on X, on not X, on Instagram, that I read something to the effect of, yeah, if it is hard, something, maybe telling. Maybe they were hopeful at the time that Bayern would still succeed in signing Nicolas Jackson, that it's proven to be a bit more difficult right now. But yeah, you just have to be patient, push through it, that it will eventually happen. But they've told them, yeah, go back. You're a Chelsea player. But what sort of stupid level? I'm not sure how else to phrase it. His agent, what was he think was gonna happen? Really?
look? His agent. Yeah, I don't know his personal agent. He's quite young, that one. So I don't know what
Is
he's
it ignorance or don't he
It's just
doesn't know the
backing his
meaning of being
player
under
and obviously
contract?
emotional. We talk about this a lot. Emotional people, they react straight away, not as they should, without thinking it through sometimes, and that's fine. That's normal. Human beings, that happens. But when you're at that level, it shouldn't be like that. So it's probably just a bit of emotion. You know, uh, Simple as that. Just trying to back his player. That's not the way to do it, though. But anyway, it is what it is. He did it. He did it. He's backing his player. That's his client. He's looking after him. But let's not forget the agent probably quite a bit of money from that as well. So there's
Oh
more
yeah.
involved. Yeah, yeah. Because the
So
report
he
I was reading
probably,
at
yeah, he would have loved it to go through, irrespective of whether it was good for Jackson or not, to some extent, just to make money.
that as well. And look, I think he's a personal friend of Jackson anyway, because they're the same. I think quite young as well. So same age, same country, everything. So yeah, they're personal friends anyway. So that's why he's probably reacted like that as well. But it is what it is. You got to be a bit more professional in those situations. That's all. When you're a professional like that, you got to be a bit more professional. If he
Yeah.
wasn't, that's fine. But you know what I'm in that position, you got to be.
Yeah, I will give the microphone back to this in the chat. Come back to the panel theories time. Then we'll discuss all the theories out there. It's interesting, really. So this here, what's Jackson's update? If you were listening, I'm quite sure I saw this about 3 minutes ago. So you probably heard what Dante said and what I said. His Bayern, they've officially pulled out. Okay, so it's not going to happen. Richer money makers here. By the way, okay, I'm not still fully fit to shout out people, but I'm gonna try. Rich money makers. He says, "Big up the legends." I just been told the deal with Fermin is on. We can afford it, but because we have removed the Christopher Nkunku wages off the books, George will be going. Maybe and Jackson will not be added. Another surprise, a striker being added. If urgency under 21. Okay. It looks like Richard Moneymaker is he's calmed down. He's calm a bit, calmer than he was yesterday. He was losing his shit yesterday, so Um,
Another one.
sorry.
Another one.
Your good friend. Here's the one I'm looking for here. So, okay, Bayern officially pulled out. We've read that.
A
So
big up to
Jackson
AB as
and
well.
Ali
Sorry, I missed that. Big up
Barat
AB.
will fly back to England, but I'm hearing that they're flying to Senegal and not to England. But that's by the way. We don't need him now immediately. I think we'll give him that space to take it all in, or maybe cool off. I think the club will understand. Right now, I wouldn't say he's overdoing anything. The club will be patient with him because they understand it's a human thing in such situation to be dejected, maybe, and you can say being in a very, very mental space. Go ahead, Dante. You were saying something.
I just said big up to AB. I missed that. You put it up on the screen. I just missed it.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
big up
person that
AB.
said hello to you, right?
Yes, yes,
Oh, yeah,
and big
okay.
up to Rich as well.
Chelsea have reached. Okay, let's go with this. Chelsea have reached an agreement with Sunderland to recall Mark Guiu. They have
Yeah,
a
told you.
verbal agreement, and Jackson is coming back. So help us understand what you think is going on.
Yeah, that was one of the answers I gave you. I'm like, what they should do. I said, just recall Magee back as the third striker. Cancel that loan and just recalling back. It won't be expensive. So it looks like they've done that. So there's your other striker that we had out on loan. And this is the thing. You're always going to put some of these youngsters out on loan, like Mark Gee. He needed to go on loan, but you always have that option of recalling that player if a couple of injuries happening, etc. That's what loans are for. If you suffer injuries, you can recall these players back. Yeah, you pay a little bit of a penalty fee, but it won't be much. It'll be peanuts. So uh, yeah, I'm glad he's back. We need him, but yeah, interesting with the Jackson. What happened
Yeah,
with
that
Jackson?
makes it
Obviously,
interesting. What do you think? Let's hear your theory.
the only thing I can think Jackson is chucking a little hissy fit like he did already, and probably saying, "I don't want to play. I'm not going to play." Simple as that. I'm going to wait out till January. That's the only thing I can say that Jackson said. Mostly, maybe. Um, he doesn't want to play maybe for the club again. He probably said that. And like I keep saying, the players do have that power to do that. He might turn up to training. Doesn't mean he'll train, or he'll just be separate somewhere, training separate.
But it
Or the
hardly
club.
ever happens because it's a huge risk for your career.
Well, it happened with Lukaku, coach. Don't forget, not too long ago.
But
It happened
in
with
this
a lot of.
case, the club don't want him. He didn't say, but before he said he doesn't want to play was to get him. He doesn't want to go back to Chelsea. But whenever you're back at the club. If the club wants you to play, you have to play. If you refuse to play, I think you get into trouble.
Yeah, look, he won't get into trouble. I can tell you this now. They can't do nothing. The only way he gets in trouble, he doesn't report to training. Then you get fined. Otherwise, there's no trouble at all. He reports to training, and like Ben Chilwell, Sterling, all these other ones, they didn't even need to report to training. They just told them train separately away, etc. You don't even need to come to the training ground. They were training personally at home or wherever, whatever, with their personal trainers. So the player will not get into trouble. He cannot get into trouble. It's very simple. They can't do nothing. Like I keep saying, unfortunately, the players have a little too much power. They have the power to do that. And if Jackson does not want to play for Chelsea, he will not play for Chelsea anymore. It's very simple.
But I
So,
don't think he does that. I think it's a huge risk.
well, it's interesting that Magui been recalled. So if
That makes it
that's
interesting.
happened,
Here's why I read it. I think we didn't necessarily bring Nicolas Jackson back or maybe call off the loan move because we want to reintegrate him into the squad.
I don't know. There's no other reason,
That's one
coach.
theory I've seen, that maybe he ends up in a club like Aston Villa or another club, then we get money from him and use it to sign another player. Have you also heard that we're looking at the kid from Sporting CP, the Gyökeres
Yeah.
replacement?
It's reports. It's just there's a lot of
That's
reports.
Austin by David Austin.
Yeah, we're linked. Yeah, he's already been on our list already. The kid he's been on our scouting list for the last 2-3 years. So even before he went to Sporting, he was on our scouting lists from what I've seen. So,
Oh, I didn't know that.
coach, remember I showed you we have like 50 scouts worldwide. Chelsea has.
Yeah,
They
and
all
in
have
this
lists.
case, yeah. So in this
Yeah,
case, have you heard that he said he doesn't want to come to Chelsea because he believes it'd be better of remaining a CP.
Of
That CP
course.
will be better for his development.
He's the starting striker there now that Gyökeres left. Why would he come to Chelsea and not be the starting striker? So he's the main man there now. He's number one. He's the main striker at Sporting. He's going to be starting every game. He's very important to that team. And let's not forget, he's young. He hasn't really, played at that level. That he was backing up Gyökeres last season, but he didn't get quite that much game time. So he still needs to develop
So
quite a
now
bit.
he's the main guy. Why move?
Exactly. He's not. It doesn't make sense to move unless you get an offer you can't refuse. But I don't think that's the case. So if he plays well and does well at Sporting, and he should do well in that league, and his profile is very similar to Gyökeres, etc. That's why they bought him. Well, he's gonna get a move wherever he wants at the end of next year if he does well. Even not that well, just good enough. He'll move wherever he wants. So there's no rush. Some players don't rush like that, and when you're in a good position like that, there's no need to rush. You're the main striker there. You're the main guy there. Sporting is not a small club; it's quite a big club, especially in Portugal. So it's a very big club in Europe. It'll be in Champions League. They'll be in Europe anyway. They so he's There's no rush to go. I wouldn't go either. I would stay with Sporting. If I'm the main guy there, I'll stay. If my first year is starting, well, you stay there and you do it there. You can move in a year, 2 years time, wherever you want after that.
Some reports also suggest we did try Kolomoani, but his preference will be um, to join Juventus. But that's not working, so he's still an option.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if we would after him, to be honest. But who wrote that report? It didn't come from Ornstein or Fabrizio.
Wow. Okay. Where did I see that? Was it Fabrizio? No, I don't think it was Fabrizio.
No,
And
I
if
would
you're
have.
in the chat, somebody's looking how to buy tickets. I'm not gonna highlight that. If I highlight that, it will cause the platform problems. So it's just the comment below the one I'm highlighting right now. If you can look at it, give them information. Doing that will cause us problem here. Everton Crawford says Conrad has gone to Leipzig. Has gone to Leipzig? If
No,
your
I think they
understanding
were
is
interested in
correct.
him. They were interested in him because obviously they lost Esco, but I don't think he's got. I haven't seen anything. No.
Okay, they were interested in signing him, but he didn't join them.
Yeah, I'm not
Um,
sure. I haven't
yeah.
seen
Where's
anything
the
in the last
okay? Go
12
ahead.
hours,
Go ahead.
but yeah, I know they were interested after him because obviously they lost Esco. They were looking for another striker.
All right, and for Chelsea fans that are in the chat, let's hear your thoughts. What do you think is happening? The fact that Nicolas Jackson is coming back, Magui, we have a verbal agreement in place to recall Magui from Sunderland. Gui, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name correctly. I think it's Guy. Let's hear your thoughts. So, Dante, your friend here in Rich Money Makers, he says just in Newcastle might go in for Nicolas Jackson. Aston Villa, if they sell two players, I don't agree that Nicolas Jackson, that Newcastle will come for Nicolas Jackson. They've spent 80 million euros on Nick Waterman.
85 million.
85 million. So
plus five add-ons, so that's 90
exactly.
all
So
up.
even after selling Isaac to Liverpool for, I think we're hearing 120 or 130. I don't
I'm not.
think they'd come for
Yeah.
Nicolas Jackson. If they wanted Nicolas Jackson, I don't think they would have gone for Nick Waterman. It just doesn't make sense. But I want to
Remember, I
hear
did
your
tell
thoughts,
you.
Dante.
Remember, I did tell you they need two strikers basically. So they need Nick Waltermet is a very different profile than what Jackson is and what Isak was. He's more, he's tall, 6'6", tall guy. Yeah, he's really quick on his feet, but he's a different type of striker. So, I mean, they really do need a Nicolas Jackson there as well if they really want to challenge and try to make top four. Well, they need someone else as well. He won't do alone, especially a kid that hasn't really started, like I said, in the Bundesliga just at the end of the year only. Well, Yeah, you're gonna need. He might come good. He might be good straight away, but that's a big risk. He might take time as well in a new league, and being so young and his body's still growing is that's pretty scary. He's still 6'6". He's so young, but his body's still growing. So a player that big, there's always injury concerns as well. So if they were smart, they really should be signing another player. Yes, they really do need a Jackson if they were smart and if they really wanted to go for it. If they're not serious or if they don't have the funds or PSR, well, then they can't. But they should have after selling Fingo so much. They should still have some change for Nicolas Jackson.
Yeah. Let me see. But to pay again nearly. Probably, I don't think I think at least with selling for 16 million plus, that'd still be a lot of money. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
But
if they have, we're not sure exactly of their books. Obviously, PSR. Obviously, they've got a lot. They got a big salary off one of the, and they've got a lot of money for him. Okay, so they probably will have, and they will have some space to add another player. That's for sure. They should because they got rid of the other striker as well, and they got rid of a few of other couple of squad players as well. So they probably should have space. I mean, if you're Newcastle, you really had to make sure you make space for another player to come in, not just one like that, not just one big signing.
wow, interesting, really. If you're in the chat, if you have any questions, drop it. We will try to address it. And you know the rule: do not ask any difficult questions. Chimere says, "Why are they calling back both Guy and Nicolas Jackson? Should have just been Guy." But that's what I'm saying. They were not necessarily bringing Nicolas Jackson back because we want to reintegrate him into the squad. But that's just an opinion. I honestly do not know. I think we just have to wait and see what happens. That is, if Jackson stays at Chelsea beyond tomorrow, beyond the deadline day. So I think probably, most likely, Nicolas Jackson will move on.
It looks like
This,
that way.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
And,
looks like.
and do you see a world where we just you can say call him back without having we say if the plan is to move him on, we definitely must again be in talks with some club that people don't
Correct.
know about.
Either yeah, it could be we're talking with someone Newcastle or someone.
Or
Uh,
Villa.
yeah, maybe we are. We definitely are. Well, I don't see why you would bring Guy back as well because I mean that's a bit unfair on Guy. There's no point bringing him back then because what's the point? You need him to play. And bringing him back guarantees him he will play because we've got the injury. But bringing him and Jackson back, and if Jackson's integrated back, well then he's not going to play. He's not going to play very much at all. So it doesn't make sense to be
So
honest.
there's something you say they have a plan, and we don't know what the plan is, and I don't. We're probably not going to find out until after deadline day.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
have to
because
wait and see.
there are theories flying around. Oh, there. Someone saying we could still land Colomwani. I like him. Honestly, he wouldn't be a bad replacement for Nicholas Jackson, really. Um, this Everton Crawford said nobody wants Nicholas Jackson. I don't know. Was it really that bad? You could say clubs weren't too keen. Maybe because of you could say the price we were asking at the time, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. But if you're in the chat, let's hear your theory. What do you think the plan is? We want to know. Okay, Dr. Sarai, man. Okay, good one to hear. No question. Go away. Who asked you? Newcastle are looking for the Callum Wilson replacement, and Jackson is next on the list. I repeat, Jackson will not be added on the list one for Champions League. Surprise, a striker might be signed. I believe you. We're just trying to break down the situation, trying to figure out what could happen. Okay, until Nightbot deletes your message and times you out. Osimhen, Leroy Sané, Mauro Icardi, all of them, all good players. Okay, let's see what Stav is saying here. As I stated a few days ago, we shouldn't restrict to two strikers mentioning injuries. So even yeah, you did say that, and then the next day, the lad got injured during our game. I'm not gonna lie. Even if Jackson returns, he leaves in early December for AFCON, depending on the lapse injury. it explains to returning. What do you does this make sense to you too? I think it does to an extent.
Yeah, to an extent it does, but like I said, we always had Guy there. My opinion was we always had Guy there as an emergency if something does happen. You can always recall him back. So yes, Jackson does go mid-December to AFCON. He'll probably be there for a whole month, maybe even a little bit more if they get to the final. So yeah, but we could have always not recalled. Jackson could have played until then and recalled Guy back at that time. So yeah, it depends how you look at it. You can look at it both ways.
Interesting. All right, in a bit we'll go news hunting. Um, and Sekiru Ola, Kubadu Ekara, he says, I don't think Nicolas Jackson is needed in the team. Better to stick with Guy. I mean, the club, uh, I believe they know what they're doing. Honestly, as I said, it's difficult to really tell what's going to happen. We'll wait and see until deadline day, then we'll suck it all in and say, okay, was that the plan? But we'll see. It's easy. We can say from it depends on how you want to see it. It's open to interpretation at the moment to an extent, but Star's comment does make a lot of sense given that Nicolas Jackson will be headed to AFCON early December. Yeah, and there's an international break now, right? Has it started already? Am I mixing things up?
What's that, coach?
International break after this week's games, right?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks off. Yeah.
2 weeks or so, pretty much December. That's 2 weeks. Wow. So pretty
No,
much December isn't that far away.
well, we're at the 1st of September, October, November, 3 months away, coach.
Yeah.
I mean, the lap should be back by then, or very, depending on I haven't read any news yet, so I'm not sure. Have they did the scan? Do they know what the extent of the injury is?
Everything I've seen suggests they're not too sure how long he's going to be on the sidelines.
It's basically there'll be a grade 1, grade 2, depends on the tear. Grade 3 depends on the tear. So, it'll either be 2 to 3 weeks, 6 weeks, or 8 weeks, 8 maybe months if it's the really bad one. It could be up to 3 months, 3 to 4 months if it's the the worst tear possible. So, I mean, the most anyway would be the 3 months, 3 to 4 months if it's the worst one. So it didn't look that way to me when he pulled it up, because he would have been in a lot of pain if it was.
Yeah, because he was able to walk normally, right?
No, you would be in pain when you tear. If you tear it like really bad, the worst grade, well, you're in quite a bit of more pain. He was trying to run it off a little bit. He tried, and then he sat down.
Yeah,
So
yep.
I don't think it was the worst tear possible. It looks like just a normal hamstring. So to be honest, he should be back in a month. The way he looked to me, I'm just making a personal assumption
Yeah, he
there.
stood up and walked a little bit. Yeah, tried to shake it up just like you explained.
Yeah, he tried to run again a bit and then realized no, but he wasn't in pain, like really bad pain. He was just uncomfortable, which you are in a hamstring. So, but it didn't seem like a real bad tear, the worst one where you out 3 to 4 months. I didn't seem that way, but I could be wrong, obviously. Unless he's a very tough guy, which he is, but it didn't seem that he was in much pain at all, to be honest.
Interesting. So, Rich Moneymakers here is saying Justin Crystal Palace has asked for Trevor Chalobah, but our coach and the sporting directors said Trevor Chalobah isn't going anywhere. He wants to stay, and he's done well. Those two factors, yeah, would be stupid to just sell him now. Well done. The
We
sporting
have no
directors
replacement. Yeah.
has asked the Disasi they might take. Yeah, this says Crystal Palace are considering a late move for Axel to see as they look for a potential replacement for Mark Guiu. Go ahead. You were saying something, Dante.
Yeah, well, we have no replacement probably lined up. That's why the decision was already made that he's staying. So,
And he's improved.
yeah, he's improved definitely.
Yeah,
I think that would
and
change if he
Maresca
had
ready for that. I know a lot of people don't want to do that. He looks much better on the ball. He's looked much better on the ball on the Enzo Maresca. Doesn't panic easily. He's maturing it, and I'm happy he's staying. Really.
Yeah, half and half with that one. I mean, he still made a lot of mistakes with the ball, especially that game where he was asked to play on the ball quite a lot. with Achapong. He gave the ball away 2 or 3 times really badly, passing
I mean,
in
we've
bad
always
lanes.
known that is not 100% his thing. That.
Yeah, no, he's a solid defender. He's a great
Yeah,
player, good squad player, but
ball playing isn't his thing.
ball playing is not his thing, and that's why he was for a long time. We're trying to move him on if we get an offer because that's not really his strength, and if that's not at least a little bit in your game, you're gonna struggle in that system. So look, he's obviously worked on it. He's improved, but yeah, I
But you can
still
say he brings balance. I think he stays because he brings balance.
and depth, yes,
Yeah.
balance, depth, and he's a great guy all around. Great squad player, great teammate. He's not the type that goes out parties and that. He's a good professional as well. Obviously, he's
And
very
Chelsea through
religious.
and through, that's important too.
Yeah, and he's got a great relationship with all the other players, of course, as well. So that's very important. You got to have that as well. So look, he'll stay, but I can still see him going in the future. Definitely, when we do sign another striker, another like a proper defender, I still see him that guy to be going.
Yeah, holla to you too. I can read. I think that's probably Spanish. Sorry about that. See, okay. And here we have AFCON is expanded and the final is well into January. It's now 24 teams. It's been reported the lapse injury is worse than yeah, I remember seeing something to that effect. So thank you for bringing it up, Dante. Yeah, it's reported that it's actually worse than they initially believed.
Okay, so do you know the tear? What it was? You don't know if it says
I am not
grade.
into
Oh.
categorizing hamstring injuries. That's not my thing. I'll just tell you
Basically, yeah,
simply.
grade 1, grade 2, and then the
I
bad
don't
one.
know about the grade. I've just told you worse than initially reported, and that's the truth. I did
I'll
see
look
that
it up.
report
Yeah,
when we
maybe
paid attention to it. Go ahead.
maybe Stav there might know. Maybe he knows about it. He can let us know if they release because usually they're going to take him to the scans and they'll see straight away what tear it is, how bad it is. They usually tell us that straight away. So yeah, because I can't see anywhere. I've been trying to look for it, but I can't find it.
All right, we'll see. We're going this
Oh wait,
hunting
Arsenal
now.
lost. Oh nice.
Sorry.
I just looking at the results. Arsenal lost to Liverpool 1-0. Okay.
Yeah, delicious free kick.
Yeah.
Delicious
Nice.
free kick.
A draw would have been better for us, but that's
Yeah,
fine.
because then yeah, I agree. Both would drop 2 points each,
Yeah, that would have been
and
better,
then we'll
but
still be topping the table. I think so. If it was goalless draw, I think so.
exactly, we'll be number 1. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's fine. Doesn't matter. Aston Villa lost. Oh, there's a few good results there as well. Aston Villa lost.
Did you know who beat them?
Palace 3-0.
No, who?
Is it
Okay,
Palace?
yeah. It was yesterday. When did RX win
Palace,
his
yeah.
win? Was it yesterday?
Brighton beat Man City.
Yeah, we know that one. RX,
Ah, who?
they won by a surprising margin.
Oh, West Ham 3, Nottingham Forest 0.
Yeah, that shocked me. Yeah, that was today actually, but because I'm a good person. I go to church on Sunday. I was getting ready for church
Paqueta
last
and
night.
Callum Wilson. They signed Callum Wilson from Newcastle. He scored as well. Yeah.
Dang it, three
Wow.
zero,
That's a
and
good result though.
they were at home.
Wow, Nottingham Forest. Yeah. We'll see if they can do what they did last year, if they can continue that. I don't know this season.
And it was a deserved win, too. They finished with an XG of 2.47, and Nottingham Forest finished with an XG of 0.73. They barely made it to one.
Newcastle dropped points as well. Looks like everyone dropped points except us, Liverpool, basically.
Yeah, and look at Crystal Palace. Even after selling already, they've lost. They've lost a better Chieze.
Yeah, but looks like Guehi scored as well. So Mateta, Guehi, Sa, the best 3 players basically scored. So, but
Yeah,
Guehi's
Guehi, a
obviously going to be
farewell
gone as
goal, you
well.
would say.
He's probably gone as well. So
Yeah, he's gone.
watch them struggle when he goes. Watch them struggle when.
Defensively, right?
Yes, watching them struggle in that central defense when he goes. People don't realize how important he is to that team. How he's going to be very important. They're going to miss him a lot.
I would keep him.
I would as well, but they can't.
But it's
He
a
wants to
risk.
go.
I know it's a risk, but that you know that he gets to leave as a free agent. But sometimes You do that for the good of the club rather than sell
Yeah,
them and
yeah.
struggle.
Look, they won't struggle, but they won't get anywhere near what it won't be the same defense without
Which
him
is
in there.
which from me would be a good reason to keep him.
Depends on their finances, coach, and what they want and who they have. Maybe they might need the money to buy someone else. So, yeah,
Anyway,
just
let them sell him. Get the money to come buy Disasi from us. I think that would be nice.
yeah, Disasi for Guehi, they're definitely going to struggle if that's the replacement. Yes.
No, but if they're, I don't tell me. Don't they play? They're again. They don't play. They play mainly in a traditional manner from a defensive perspective. Not you don't
Three
have
at the
to
back,
do.
coach. More free at the back. They have the
That's,
two wide.
okay, yeah. So in a traditional manner, mainly, and this guy at Monaco, he played mainly in a back three, right?
Him and Buddy Shield back two, I think.
At Monaco,
Yeah, I think they were the back. They were the
I
two
think they
central
played back
defenders.
three at
He was the
Monaco.
left back, left center back, and he was the right center back. I'm pretty sure there were two only. They were both of them. Yeah, I can't remember anyway. That was a long time ago, but I
But yes,
remember they were
I
both.
think because they play mainly in the traditional manner, not into that ball playing and playing from playing. You can say majority of the times not about playing out from the back. I think he'd do well.
Yeah, yeah. Look, he'll have to defend only. He won't have to play out from the back. Yes, so that's his strength as well. So he'll do well, but it's not the same as Guehi. That's different. IQ, positioning, leading that back line, organizing everything. That's very different.
All right, just go back to work and leave me alone. Telling me to stop hunting. Jenny Tong says Liverpool get their man 130. Did you say
Yeah, I'm just looking 130 pounds record.
130 million pounds for who is that?
Isak, yeah.
What are they really what are they trying to do there really?
I told you in the end the player will win. People saying no, no. I told you the power of the player will win in the end.
No, but 130 million, that's too much really.
Well,
Jeez.
look, Liverpool made it for them, so they can't say no. And they obviously knew. They knew Isak had an agreement basically with them. Um, like Isak's been saying in interviews, he should have been sold before, but for some reason Newcastle, didn't want it. They changed their mind, so that's why Isak was out, and he was so upset. So look, in the end, it's the player won again. So look, Newcastle win. They win because they get the record fee, but they lose their best player. Very hard to replace.
So okay, if they get that money income for Nicolas Jackson, then it'd be right to say that Chelsea knew exactly what they were doing when they called off the loan move, Nicolas Jackson's loan move to Bayern.
Yes, that's why I said that. That could
And
be why Guy is back as well.
and I think it makes more sense because we have a good relationship with them. We did them a favor with what's that kid?
But with two kids, not one, both left back and right back, Livramento and Hall.
No, the British kid.
Yeah, Lewis Hall and Livramento, both of them.
Yeah, we did them a favor with Hall by loaning him to them first.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we did them a favor there because we could have sold them to our other clubs that were interested at the time, but we sent this. It was just doing them a favor because they were in financial, you could say in a tight financial situation at the time, and that helped them. So I mean, it's believable now that maybe, yeah, we've we knew exactly what we were doing when we called off the Nicolas Jackson move to Bayern. But let's see what happens. Wow, interesting. The theories will
Yeah.
be going everywhere right now. And Tony Silva says that Liverpool, with Isaac now and Guehi are on the way. Seriously, who is stopping them? Absolute a cheat code. No, I think it's sometimes to an extent it's an overkill.
Yeah, it could be dangerous.
Yeah, it
Yes.
could be dangerous in the sense that it becomes a problem for them. So not necessarily signing the best, spending you can say a 150 here, 120 there. the other amount, the other side, that doesn't necessarily make you the best. How good has Wits been, Florian Wies? You could
Yeah,
argue by the
horrible.
time he adapts properly to the Premier League, it would be half into the season, given what we've seen. Every now and then, you see him do something that reflects the fact that he's an excellent player, but he struggled more than be effective, and that's an example. I don't know, Dante. Let me hear you on whether then, as Tony Sewell he said there, cheat code over for me. There's also overkill, but let's hear you.
Yeah, look, it's not always that simple. Yes, when you're adding that many players, yes, they are world class players, but putting them together in a new league, new team, Isak should be okay, but Wirtz and that he will take quite a while. I knew he'll probably struggle a little bit. You said it as well. We both said that he's probably going to struggle a bit with that, the pace and the physicality, more with the pace, the closing down speed. So he has struggled. Look, he'll probably come good because he's too good of a player.
Eventually, that's my point.
Yeah, he's
Is
too good.
by the time he comes good, will be midway into the season.
Yeah, look, as long as they're still winning, like they did last night, 1-0, as long as they're still winning, it's good. So we'll wait and see what happens, but it's not a guarantee you put all these players together and they click straight away. So it might take time, it might happen straight away, but it is a risk still. And keeping those players happy as well, if is another thing. So look, they think they can do it. Good luck to them if they can, but it's not as easy as an absolute cheat code. No, it's not that simple, unfortunately.
No, it's not. It's not, especially if you have to sign. They've signed. They've made a lot of signings. It's
They
more
have,
like
they have.
they're in a transition period. I think they are. They are in a transition period. So it's not going to be easy. They have a quality squad, but they're not much of a unit as they were on the club.
Look, they don't have to rely on. Probably, I'll say they don't have to rely as much on Salah anymore, which will help because it was basically Salah or bust. So now they might not have to rely on him as much, which will help, I think. But yeah, look, it can all get turned upside down very quickly if it's not organized and done properly. So we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see indeed. But Tony Sewell, thank you for that comment. I appreciate that. According to my sources, says the Rich Money Makers, we would have gone for the Crystal Palace defender, but he wants Liverpool only, I'm guessing. The coach is happy with Tosin and Trevor Chalobah. Wesley Fofana got a big year to get fit. Yeah, coach is happy with Robert Sanchez. For now, the coach does want a Fermin. Interesting, and the fact that he'd already spoken with him on the phone. I think I think that shows you he want him. And we didn't hear anything about him speaking to what's his name, Javi Simmons on the phone. But yeah, we can only speculate. So George says one source said the tier is a 3, but not sure about the reliability. It's an X, but two sources saying a G. You guys are confusing me, but that I'm quite sure you understand the categorization there. What do you think?
Yeah, well, the third tier is the worst. Yeah, the third tier of the 3. Yeah, so that would be the worst one. So that would be your 3 to 4 months if that's the case. Yes.
3 to 4 months.
Yes, if that's exactly what he said, he's not sure either. But if that's true, then yeah, that's usually around 3 months, minimum 3 months to 4 months. Depends on the player. Some can come back a little bit quicker, some can take longer. But uh, yeah, usually it's between 3 to 4 months. That one.
All right. Staff also went ahead to say two sources say 8 weeks was hopeful and he will be beyond. Dang it. Chelsea Ultra, big up to you. And to all of you watching, Chelsea Ultra reminded me something the other day. See if you're able to see the hype button, maybe for an already concluded live stream, or maybe 8-10 minutes of video. Please use the hype button It helps the community. He did talk about it the other day, and I think somebody told me he found it and he did it. I think added 900 points, hype points. Again, it sends good signal to the YouTube algorithm and gets it to promote, introduce more people to our community. But thank you, Chelsea Ultra. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining. Staff says that Livramento went via Southampton. Newcastle target East Brentford's Wisa, and he wants it. He publicly attacked Brentford today, accusing them of breaking their word.
Yeah.
Why do players these days sign gentlemen's agreement? Not even sign, agree. Go into gentleman's agreement. What is that really? And thinking the
Well,
clubs are
yeah.
obliged to hold their own end of the bargain.
Like I said, coach, because the players have all the power still. So if that doesn't happen and they don't agree to it, they'll still get that eventually because they have the power. So they're kind of just trusting. They're trusting, the owners or whatever whoever they're speaking to. But he's still going to get that probably move because, like I said, just like Isak and all the rest of them, they'll eventually get those moves in the end because in the end the player has more power. Usually, even the Jackson. Let's see what happens with Jackson, but like we
And
said, he probably is
speaking
going to get a move.
publicly makes a whole lot of difference.
Makes a big difference, yeah. Look, you don't want a player that's upset in the dressing room around the other players. Simple as that. You're not going to have a guy there poisoning everyone else. So always the player wins out. Unfortunately, these days, even just how it is most of the time, they'll win.
Yeah, unfortunately, we will keep
Uh,
waiting.
yeah, the
Chances are,
Livramento one I remember. Yeah, I think we got like close to £20 million. Yeah, because yeah,
from a
that's right.
sell-on clause.
From the sell-on clause, yes, we had a massive sell-on clause in him. I think nearly half. I think it was 50% or something. Yeah, so yeah, we did get a massive. That's why we got so much money for him. Yeah, it was a sell-on clause. That's right.
All right, 19 likes, people. Let's get it to 20 plus and see if we can get to 100 today. You can say it's deadline day already in some countries, right?
Yeah,
You're
depends where you are in
you're
the world. Yes.
what date are you? You're on September 1st.
Yeah, it's Monday morning, nearly 10 a.m. Yeah,
So you're on deadline day.
I am. Yes.
So you're in the future.
I'm in the future. Yes. That's
Have
why
we
I know
signed
everything ahead
anybody
of time.
today?
Yeah.
Nothing new, but chances are something happens before tomorrow or even today. But we're here to keep you updated. I mean, if it means to take a break and come back later, we'll do that. I'm not quite sure Dante probably he needs to go and sleep because he already only sleeps 1 hour per night.
No, I actually went to bed early. I slept another 12 hours. So
No, no,
yeah,
no.
I didn't sleep.
I understand. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I was like, you were sounding like you're actually sleepwalking yesterday. I was like, I hope he's all right. All right. Tony C will say that, and why don't Villa want to go for Jackson to get him up for Emery? And Emery is his boss, former boss, worked under him at Villarreal. Listen, I know it won't happen, but something worked
PSR.
out. Something worked out where we get Rogers on deadline day would make all these debacle worth it. But it looks like the club's preference is Fermin Lopez, even the manager. But it's difficult to say what's going to happen. But Dante, let me ask you: given the comment we have on the screen, do you see a world where Aston Villa they get Nicolas Jackson and we get Morgan Rogers? Because it looks like they need a number 9 too.
Yeah, look, it depends. They used Rogers a lot. They used him there when what's his name up front. That he didn't play when he wasn't playing. So they kind of do need another number 9, but it's going to be very hard. Like I said, they can't sign him. They have PSA issues. They can't sign Jackson. They can't sign
What
him. Not
if that sort of deal where we take Rogers, give him a little more money?
the only way. Yes, that'll be if they get rid of Rogers. But like I keep saying this, Rogers is one of their key players. Do you swap one of your key players for Nicolas Jackson?
And
That
then who's
makes
going to be
everything
creating the chances for him?
exactly. You
And
don't
he's one
swap
of their, you
Nicolas
could say,
Jackson.
chief creators, right?
He's the main guy basically that in behind the power runner, that sort of 10 position that runs with the ball, holds everything up. They play off him. He sets up. You replace him, your middle creation is gone. That forward third creation is gone. So, do you really trust the I wouldn't. I would never do that. I think their attack falls apart if Morgan Rogers gets out of there, if they don't get another 10 instead of that. So, uh, no, I would never do that. But hey, look, obviously, I would want him at Chelsea. Definitely, he would do well at Chelsea. But again, I don't see him starting at Chelsea. Morgan Rogers, will he want to come and start and play at Chelsea?
I'd say yes.
I say yes too because he's friends with everyone really good. If he accepts that, perfect. But you're gonna pay 90 million for someone who's coming in to be a squad player and probably play every third game, maybe dead nailed on starter every game. I don't
Yeah,
think you
okay.
do
There
that.
are two parts to Tony Silva's comment. Can you see the second part? Do you have any response to that? Or you want me to read
Uh,
it out?
someone worked out where get Rogers deadline. It would make. Oh well, that's what we're talking about. Same thing, isn't it?
Okay, something. Okay.
What you have on the screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what we're talking about. No, look, I don't think they will do that. No, they've already made it clear that they don't want Rogers to go. He's a key player, and he is the way they play. You take him out, you lose probably 50% of that team. Basically, you can't put
Yeah.
Rogers in his. So you can't put you can't put Nicolas Jackson in his place. It's not the same. So yeah, look, I don't see that happening. If it is, it's for a massive fee. It'll be like a fee. They're gonna want after Isak went, they're gonna want 100 million now, probably for him. I wouldn't be surprised. So I don't see it happening, to be honest. I think that's I don't see that happening. I don't. It'll be very difficult now. It's such a big deal to get done. No, I don't think that happens now.
Right, let's see what else we have here. I will be adding more hyper points tomorrow. Can only be done 3 times weekly by one person. Okay, thank you for catching that. And were you able to add that to a previous live streams or any videos? Please let me know. And for our videos who are viewers who are watching, please take a second, check out the video, see which if you're able to see the hype button in one of the videos. Please help us garner more hype points. I think that will go a long way. But thank you so much, Chelsea Ultra, for urging people to go do that the other day. I always hype you, coach, even when I don't agree with you. We're not friends. I think you already know. Just don't try to be nice to me. We're not friends, okay? Just go away. Let's see. Thank you so much for that, Shikiru. Allah, I appreciate you doing that. Yes, it is. Okay, let's see. Vic there and Stav again. Stav says here, let's see what he says, meaning the lap will be missing into January, even if he returns. Yeah, because I don't see a world where he returns and be integrated immediately. He will need time to get fit, but he will be missing along with Jackson at Afghan, hence Mark Guiu. That makes even more sense still. Right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It just depends. Yeah. It depends what happens with Jackson from now until then. That's the only thing we were kind of talking about. Is he coming back with Guiu now? Well, that we don't really see happening. But then, yeah, that's what I said then. You could have just recalled. If Jackson comes back and stays with us till then, if an injury happens, then you recall Guiu. But if nothing, then you just recall Guiu when Jackson leaves. There's no point recalling Guiu now.
Wow, interesting. I hope we fix the front line on time. I think we will. And Tony Sewell is saying, so did I miss some of? I think you did. Do we think Newcastle is an option whatsoever for Nicolas Jackson? We've heard from I think it was staff saying that they're looking at another player. I don't know what's going to happen. It's a bit
Yeah, they want
complicated.
Wissa.
I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, they want Wissa from Brentford. They really want him, and he's like Steph said, he's causing a bit of a fuss as well. So looks like they're going to get Wissa most likely. So I don't think Jackson's their option, to be honest, unless they add Jackson as well. But I don't think so. No.
I mean, if they're able to do it, it would be nice to have 3 of them.
It would different profiles, yes. Wissa can play out wide, of course. So
yeah. The Fermin Lopez news is hanging around still, and it's becoming more interesting. more importantly, if you've seen what Hansi Flick said during the post-game press, so yeah, it looks like he's going to lift them, and it looks like we're seriously interested, and we knew exactly what we're doing. Probably we'll probably be pushing now. He could be a shock move. He can cover multiple positions. Yeah, and he's a good player, and we like him. And he's not playing at Barcelona. Liverpool
Yeah,
agreed
look,
to Premier League a record of $176 million deal for Alexander Isak. Wow, that's crazy. Only videos that have been posted finished. You can find it on. So long form videos. Yeah, I think that's what that means. All right, let's see what else we have here. Bayern Munich versus Galatasaray. Good, Icardi Osimhen. Yeah, you have a good front line. Yeah, I think we've talked about that. And staff here is saying that certain countries windows close after like Turkey hands after what? Let me see. Close after tomorrow. Okay. Turkey, hence Osimhen went there last season. Holland, Belgium, Greece, and Portugal are others with Saudi too. Chelsea issue is the English FA deadline. Oh, okay. Thank you for saying that.
yeah, there's
And we
different.
have a smart
Yeah,
Ezra. Good day to you too, Mr. Ezra. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. Thank you. And he says, just join the conversation now. Okay, what question do you have? What's the issue with Jackson? Is it back in London? I honestly do not know. We're told, again, some reports suggest he's headed straight to Senegal, but the deal is off. Bayern says they don't want. They're not interested anymore. Then he and his agent should go back to Chelsea. London, I think that's the language that's used there. Liverpool have Isaac and Gohi are on the way. I swear they are playing FIFA. Yeah, a lot of money, but they could be overcooking it. And today, actually, to some extent, it looks like, yeah, they're overcooking it. But eventually, they will, you could say, start playing as a unit. That's when they'll be more dangerous. But now, I think they need time to get it to start work, to get them to start working as a unit. Let's go back news hunt and Disasi to Crystal Palace, a possibility. This is a comment from by Hansi Flick, which is very telling. João Pedro for Chelsea so far. What a signing he's been for us. No need to look at that. I think we already know. Sunderland and Chelsea tonight in talks to finalize Mark Gay's recall following request from CFC 26 days after he joined them on loan. So it looks like that's going to happen. Yeah, that definitely is going to happen. Okay. Interesting. All right, what do we have here? In Vince's opinion. Okay. Nothing new here, but if you have any questions and you're in the live chat session, drop it. We'll try to address it. Okay. Nicolas Jackson. What does it say? Would join Bayern Munich? I think we already know. Nothing new here. If you are in the live chat, if you have any questions, drop it there. Let's see. We're supposed to be looking at some kid called. I have a very dirty mind. His first name and last name so freaking weird. But let me see if I
I was
can
waiting
find it
for that.
here. Open it. What did you say?
I was waiting for that one.
I'm not reading it. Jesus Christ, his first name and last name are very weird. Yeah. It just came to mind now. But I'm not going to read it out. But his first name and last name, very
Don't
weird.
bring it up, coach.
Sorry?
please don't bring it up.
Uh, all right, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm just going to leave it. If we are not selling or even loaning Jackson, do we even have the funds for Lopez? Yeah, I think we do. I think money has never been the issue, but space. Look at what Chelsea Ultra is telling me here. He says, uh, But even that alone, here's the thing. His last name alone, to some extent, fine. But it's when you read the first name and last name together. I have a very dirty mind, and I want to go to heaven. I'm serious.
What's with the first name? What's wrong with the first name?
Conrad Harder. What? Dante, you're going to hell because the devil is using you to get to me, and you think I don't know what you're doing? Ah, gosh, forgive me. And I actually went to church today. Jesus
I was gonna
Christ,
say, did you
my
go to
head
church today?
hurts.
Yeah, you did. All right, you've got a few sins in the bag now. So that's fine. You've got till next week. You
Oh
got a few.
my
That's all right.
God. All right. Kim, so nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. And just now, children. Yeah, exactly. Coach, confident against Barcelona, of course. Honestly, I don't fear any team, but I'd like us to get Fermin Lopez. I think he will make a difference, in my opinion. I think we're good. The manager gives me confidence also. Plus, we have a good squad. But let's see. Hopefully, probably we'll see some surprises tomorrow before the transfer window shuts. I think that will tell us a lot. But here's the thing. I'm going to say this. How quickly we reacted to the lapse injury told me that, yeah, we don't want to say maybe we'll just, you could say, wing it till the end of the season, then decide what to do. Where we started reacting to the situation immediately. That shows me, yeah, we really want to win something this season. We don't want to risk not winning anything,
And we
and
made
that
that
makes me
mistake.
happy. Really.
We took
Sorry.
that gamble last on January, although we couldn't really sign anyone, but we kind of took that gamble that we're okay, but and it backfires. So I think they've learned from that, obviously.
Yeah, they don't want to risk it again because do you see how quickly we reacted to that news?
Yeah, very quickly. Yeah, and I
Very
thought,
quickly, yeah.
remember, I did say I'm waiting for Guiu to be recalled back. I kept saying it. I'm like, I'm waiting for that to happen. So that's happened as well. So that's very good. That's what you should do. That's what you do with those young players. You put them on loan because they need a lot of game time and they develop. But if you get injuries, well, you can always cancel that loan move. Yeah, you pay a little bit of a fine or a little bit of a bit of money to the team, but it's usually it's peanuts, not much at all. So for a team like Chelsea, so that's what you do, and then you bring those players back. Very simple.
Yep, yep. You'll bring them back when you see, okay, you know what, you can actually offer them the game time they want.
Yeah, and it's better to develop with your own team, with your own players, your own
Mhm.
system. It's much better always as well, of course. Yeah.
Yep. All right, Kim. So nice to see you, my bro. I do know. I do hope you're doing well. Always nice to see you. Looks like you've been busy with your studies or so. You're very scarce these days. Yep, Kim. So let's see. I can just imagine the commentators exactly. Yeah, because some commentators they know exactly what they when they see such names they play around with it quite a lot. Yeah. Kim, so big up. You told us you were looking for a girlfriend. Have you found one? You owe us that. Yep. You don't just tell us that you're looking for one. You tell us when you find one. Okay. Savia says international duty requires players to arrive at camp usually 24 hours after their club's last game. So Jackson has to go direct to Senegal. Guy's deal to return already confirmed. Thank you so much. That makes perfect sense now. It's not like it's a rebellion that he had that was the reason why he traveled straight to Senegal.
Plus, he'll have
Sekiru
to go
Ola,
on international duty anyway, so he would have had
yeah,
to go there
exactly.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mr. Ola here says I think we are also trying to play FIFA by going for Lopez. No, I don't think we're the level where you'd say we're trying to play FIFA quite yet. Gyökeres or Justina. That's a good one. Here's what I learned today. Gyökeres only does well when he's able to bully the opposition defenders. And I think there's a pattern to that. But let's say too early, but I think that's the case. If he sees he can bully you, then yeah, he'd be one of the best players on the day. Barca drew today. Yeah, they did. And their goalkeeper won man of the match. Let's say we get Lopez. Are there any areas we haven't addressed that might allow us to better compete on all fronts in than keeper? I've never. Listen, for the goalkeeping position, I'll be the first to tell you not too concerned because as long as we defend as a unit, I think we'll be fine. Um, any position, no, honestly, nothing comes to mind. I think we're good. I think, yeah, I think we're good. We have Estevor William, Garnacho, Jamie Gittins, Pedro Neto. Yeah, we're actually loaded. And defensively, I think we'll be fine. But Dante, let's hear you.
Yeah, that's the only place I would say. I would still say central defender. I would still say that, yes, one central defender, probably the most out of all of them.
And do you think we'll still sign one? But here's why I think there's a possibility. Because even before Cowell got injured, we were told that we'll definitely get one. And I'm still going to finish saying that the way I say it every time I talk about it.
Yes.
Maybe they signed your Hato, and because he's able to play centrally too, or play as a centre back too, maybe he counts as one. I'm not sure.
Well, we did sign Sarr as well, don't forget.
But send him out on loan.
Yeah, but the plan was him to be with the team. But obviously that didn't happen because obviously we're not sure. He probably wasn't ready, or Maresca saw something he didn't like, or maybe the player wasn't happy or something, and he went back. But we did sign a centre back.
Maresca felt like we'll be okay without him.
Yeah, or that as well, because he did come, to the Club World Cup. So we did sign Sarr as that centre back, and also Hato can play there, we know as well. But Hato was not signed as a centre back; he was signed as a left back. More than a centre back. So, look, we wanted Huijsen at the start of the window. He was in our plans, and it is very hard to find another defender like that. I think if the profile has to be perfect for us to go for a defender as well. He has to be someone like that, and there's not many defenders available that are like that, like him, that profile. He was available and he was gettable and Premier League as well, experience, and we really wanted him. But he chose, obviously, we know he chose Real Madrid, fair enough. But that was one we wanted. So yeah, you're right. But I think there's no other profile like that available. So we will probably not go for one. But I'm just saying, I feel that's still
we don't just want one. We want a specific type of CV.
Specific one, correct? Yes. And if that might be in January, maybe, maybe we're working on something or looking at January, or even for next year, we're already, doing our work for next year. Which this always happens. They start now for next year as well. So, but I still think we need a centre back, something a bit more there. I think we need to be a bit more solid still back there. And like I said, look, I like Chalobah, but I don't think you can win a Premier League with Chalobah as your centre back, as your starting centre back. I don't think you can do that. I don't see the consistency there over a long period of time in his game. So I still think we need a centre back. That's one spot. Even keeper, I'll still say keeper.
You don't believe my theory that as long as we defend as a unit, I think we could you could say the current state of our defensive line.
It helps a lot, but that will break down when you have someone that's not quite capable to do those things to the highest level every single game. And that links up with the keeper as well, because that is very important. So I can see mistakes coming. If Chalobah stays, I can see mistakes from Sanchez to Chalobah happening and costing goals. So, I mean, we already saw it last season at the end of... we did well the last sort of, 10 games, but there was still quite a lot of mistakes from Sanchez to Chalobah. And before that, Chalobah was at mistake for a lot of goals we conceded as well. And defensive mistakes, nothing to do with Sanchez. If you remember, a lot of the times we kept speaking about it. If you remember, when the ball was bouncing, coming, if you remember those games, he was making a lot of defensive mistakes, Chalobah, which was leading to goals. So, but then, of course, he's gotten better. He's corrected it. But this has been his whole game, his whole career so far, and he's in his prime now. It shouldn't happen, but it's the same. It happened at Crystal Palace. As well. He went to Crystal Palace with Mark Guehi next to him. He caused 3 goals. Chalobah goals leading to defensive errors leading to goals. Chalobah caused 3 of them. He was at the top with Sanchez on the list in the EPL list. Him and Sanchez were the top 2 at that time. So that's my only worry. I still think there's mistakes in Chalobah, and even Colwell as well. I mean, he only started playing really good at the back end of the season, as you know. So the last 10, 15 games, if you include the Club World Cup. But before that, there was still a lot of errors. So look, the injury didn't come at a good time. I think he was probably still improving. Now he's got to sort of reset a bit and after a bad injury. So I still think a centre back is very important. But yeah, the profile is very important as well, and hard to find those.
We need a very particular profile. It makes it difficult.
It makes it very difficult. And the ones that you would get, they're probably 100 mil defenders. So nothing right now. It would be for next season, I think. Maybe January, but most likely next season.
All right, thank you so much. This year, Buonanotte, is that how you pronounce it?
Buonanotte, yeah, Buonanotte.
Buonanotte. He stays, and I think we can easily send him back if Fermin is coming and we feel like we have too many players. He's only on loan. Yeah, we can just say we don't want him.
Yeah, you just pay them another 2 million, and there he goes back.
Mm-hmm. And ask Dante, does he want us to play João Pedro as a striker in some games? Here's the thing. I think
You don't need to ask me that one. You should know that one.
Yeah. Him playing as a 10 doesn't really matter. It's a fluid approach.
That's only because Palmer's out. He would be playing as the number 9 if Palmer was available.
Yeah. But even if he plays as a 10, not a problem. But mainly he's going to be playing as a 9. And the Club World Cup final, who started as a 9 in that game?
Yeah, all the games, yeah.
Yeah, it was him, right? It was João Pedro, right?
Yeah, all the games since he came in.
Yeah, exactly. But yet, what he did mainly was to create spaces for Palmer to exploit.
And make late runs in the box using his aerial ability to score with his head as well. So he's perfect for that role in the Maresca system, yeah.
So it will almost always be a fluid approach. So it doesn't really matter who starts where. But yeah, CB, we need a quality left centre back. Yeah, so that's that specificity in question, but also not just by label, by, you can say, everything that Levi Colwell does, and that person does it even better, like excellent passing range, good vision, that if you make a move, he can find you, even though he is a centre back. That's more important than just carrying the label LCB. Maresca wants one that has good passing range, excellent vision, and all that, good on the ball too. He wants those sort of that's the type of left centre back he wants. The level alone isn't enough. You get my point, Dante?
Yeah, coach, exactly. Yeah, it's a specific role he wants. He wants a specific. You have to have a certain set of skill set that matches his style of play, basically. Yes, and there's not too many in the world like that. Like I said, the ones that are very expensive, so they're more of a statement kind of signing, which now probably not right now, but next season, don't be surprised we sign someone like that next season for a very significant sum as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. Lopez is a brilliant player and scores goals. That's the one you wanted, right, Dante?
Who's that? Sorry, he's talking about Fermin Lopez.
Oh, no. I thought he was referencing, that was the defender you want that sounds something similar. In the French league.
From the French league?
I think so.
No.
Okay,
No.
maybe I'm mixing things up. And Stav is saying that the UEFA issue is that spending must be lower than the sales, not including under 21s. Players like Viega and Felix Visa cannot be counted as income. Only players registered in a conference in January count. Yeah, they didn't make it simple. They Arsenal has three CDMs. And here's the thing. It makes me laugh when I hear what's the content creator, the Arsenal content creator in that said that Mikel Arteta is an architect. Architect.
Yeah,
What's
we've got
his
three
name?
CDMs as well. We've got four.
Yeah. What's his name? And then I said, then yeah, indeed, he's an architect, but he's a very bad one. For 7 years, he's now been able to build anything tangible. For 7 years. All right, Angel Panesia Ata, our Colombian brother, is here. What's next for Nicolas Jackson? And because Guiu is back, honestly, we've discussed that particular topic at length. We're not sure what's going to happen. It's that sort of situation where you wait until the transfer window shuts, then we'll see what has happened. We need defenders, though, possibly, but let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation. And I do hope you're all doing well. Don't count on Badia Chile. I do count on him. There's a good player in there, but let's see what happens. We were linked with Hincapi. I like him, and I like Diamondi, Usmani Diamondi, right? Sporting CP. Hincapi looks like he's headed to Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they've pretty much got that over the line. Yeah.
Yeah, Huyson was the one, but it didn't work out. Who can play the Colwell role except Tosin? But the difference is that he's not traditionally left-footed, is he? That makes it a bit more difficult. Don't tell me Badia Sheila. Everybody is asking the question today with a caveat. Tony Sewell asked the question and told us, don't tell me the goalkeeper. Then Kimso is
Squad
asking...
player, people keep... But he shows a squad player. That's exactly what he is. I'm not sure what people more want from him. You can't have, top class defenders, 3 of them, 4 of them. He's a squad player, simple as that.
Yeah, he is. And neither Tosin or Trevor are good enough to be constantly first choice. I like Tosin, but it's again, when you want to start him, you need a good balance of pace and him because he's not the quickest. Or maybe
Certain
acceleration, I think, is his biggest problem.
Certain matchups, he's very good on certain opposition, and that's exactly what Maresca used him so against certain matchups, against certain strikers. He's perfect. People that flood the box with crosses, if they have a physical tall striker like Wood from Nottingham Forest, matchups are very important. He plays him in very matchup orientated games. So yes, he's also not for every game, exactly. But he is, for a lot of them, he's very good, but not for every single game. Not when you want to play a bit more open, a bit higher line, when there's more space to exploit, then he's probably not your guy to play too much. So that's Maresca has used him exactly like that. And yeah, he's using him to his strengths, which you should.
Yeah, I see my bro casually FC in the chat. I'll get to your comment in a bit. Congratulations to Liverpool. They got their man. And George Stav agrees with you there. Goalkeeper and a CB. Defending as a unit for 38 games. Yeah, you must do that for 38 games if you want to win the league. We leave a lot of gaps in defense. I've noticed we defend a lot in a chaotic form with Caicedo and Cucurella plugging gaps. That's a sign that we need a solid, intelligent CV, but we still need them to be doing that, even if you get a solid, intelligent CV. Thank you so much, Tony Sewell, again for donations. Sincerely do appreciate that. And you know how we operate here. You really don't need to do that for us to read your comment, but we will not say no because it helps the community. He says, love the show. You take the time to try and answer every comment. I'm head up a supporters group for Chelsea in the US. You do. You head up a supporters group of the US in the US, and this is quickly becoming my favorite show. I appreciate your sound insights. Thank you so much. Just moved to Texas 6 months ago or 7 months now, and also I do talk with the Lone Star CFC. They are in Dallas, but I'm in Dallas Fort Worth. I'm not sure the distance, maybe if they're close by, we can be doing a studio show. I think they have space, and I think I have space for that too. That would make it interesting. If Arteta is an architect, yeah, for 7 years he's not been able to build anything tangible. We need Jackson for backup. Let's see what the club does, and that's heart of spades. Um, it is almost impossible to move Jackson on until next season due to him away with the window closing tomorrow, January. He will be missing again unless a deal is agreed. Yeah. Uh Casual FC raid. You and your gang, you're raiding us. Okay, I think we'll do the same. Whenever you're live and yeah, we finish the show, I'll just redirect people to your show. But my bro, nice to see you guys. Thank you so much. I love him so much. He knows I do love him too, and I can't wait to someday get onto his panel. Badia Shile is horrible. Go away, Kimso. Casual FC, thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough for finding the time to join. Casually, wherever we may be, we are the famous CFC. Casually rated, casually, wherever we may be, we are the famous CFC. Casually rated. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you
Nice,
so much for
very nice.
supporting the community. What do you want to say, Dante?
I like. Did you see his roasting of all the negative Chelsea supporters? And did you see that stream? I actually
He roasted
took a
them. I
couple of
haven't
hours.
watched it. You watched it?
Yeah, I did. I had a lot of fun watching that. Calling
That's
out.
his thing because he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't look faces.
No, he's straight up honest. So I like that about him. And yeah, calling out all those ones, all those minerals and all their gang and all the other really bad negative ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well done. They need to be called out. Definitely well done. I really enjoyed that. 3 hours or 4 hours, how long it was. I watched it.
He
That was really
roasted
fun.
them.
He roasted them good. They needed to be roasted. Look, I do it.
He
We do it as
roasts
well
them.
on
He
X
does
quite
roast
a
them
bit.
on X too.
He does, but a video is good. That gets across to more people, and hopefully got across to them. Make sure it gets across to those other ones so they know.
All right. I think we have to rate them. We have to find out when they're online and we get done. We have to rate them to the love. I think it's important to share the love. We're selfless here, and that's why we're growing as we're growing. Because yeah, the main aim is to grow the fan base, the community. And we got a free. Yeah, okay. We got who for free? Tosin? Who is he talking about? Hearts of Spades. Big up, my bro. I appreciate you. Much love to you, and I'm quite sure I truly deep down love being part of your show whenever I have time. But I think I need to get on the panel someday, and we need to raid too. Yeah, we need to send people over there. And I need to create a command so that it'd be easy whenever I see you there or whenever you're here. You just trigger the command. Nightbot would then direct people to go join you. I like both Tosin and Trev. I just don't see them as a title winning defenders. Dante did say that. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this. Defensively, we're not perfect, but as I've said before, as long as we defend as a unit, I think we'll be all right. But yeah, we need to sort it out and not risk too much. And stop saying Hato can cover left center half. I think he can, but he's not the tallest really, which Bobby wouldn't like that to happen. What's up to you too, Okulaja? Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Colorado Springs, fellow American. All right, let me know, bro. I appreciate all the love. And if you want to get onto the panel any day, anytime, let me know if you're on X. I want to follow you. You follow us back, so we'll add you to the panelist group. So whenever you have time, you can join the panel and express yourself. Yeah, not too far. You say I don't really. I'll check it out. My chat is dying for some dopamine. Help them out. Just a perspective. Are you live now? Dante, are they live now?
I'm not sure. I'm not on YouTube. Let me have a look quickly. No, I don't think so.
Okay, but okay, we're gonna plan that. Okay, from what
No, he's not on there.
Oh,
he wouldn't be on your
he said they're all here watching us. Wow, I love this guy. All right,
No, I think he said the rating, so he said he probably would have directed it here, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate the love, brother, and I will definitely reciprocate. And I want to get on the panel. I'm quite sure Dante wouldn't mind getting on your panel for him to have watched your live show because he's very picky. Shows he likes you.
Yes, I am very picky. Yes, yes.
Yeah, he's very, very picky. Doesn't watch everybody's show. But much love. We will come with fire. Not better remember that. I told you that. All right, from entrepreneur Ata is here. He's saying, um, from what you've heard, Arsenal played today. Okay, okay. From what Liverpool and Arsenal, I'm guessing, no space there. Okay, it happens to the best of us actually. Played today, I believe defensively they're both ahead. We need proper leadership in the back. We do lack leadership in the back. Tosin is the leader, but I don't know where. I think he leads by the way he applies himself on the pitch.
He's
But I
quite
think we
vocal.
need a lot more, which was why Dante, you were suggesting
Yeah.
that it'd be nice if we can go for Maguire here, right?
Look, I think he would have done, helped quite a lot with in that aspect. Definitely positioning, IQ, organizing. Tosin is probably the only one that does that in our team. Even Levi Colwell, when he's on, he's not that type of leader. He's more action than actually, words loud. Only Tosin is the type of guy that if you watch him on set pieces, holding the line for offsides, when he plays, there's a big difference when he doesn't play because he organizes all that. He's got time. He's thinking of that as well. Where the other players are not, even Shalaba, he's not that type of a vocal, type of guy that's organizing a defensive line or he's more action, looking at his defensive duties, concentrating on one thing. So you need to have that leadership, that quality as well, to organize the defense. And at the moment, we only have one of those, in my personal opinion. That's Tosin. He's the only one that
He's
does
actually
that.
not the most vocal. I'm just.
No, he is. He is.
Is he really?
Watch him games. He's organizing the line, always yelling left to right, telling them what to do, and organizing the offside trap. He's always onto that. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, but he is. He does it more quietly, but because he's not as noticed, but he sits back and always organizes that defensive line, as
I
much
mean,
as he can.
I just see him as he leads by example.
Yeah, he's quiet, but he does it. Watch carefully. You'll see him every game when he plays and when he doesn't play. There's a big difference because for now, Colwell is still quite young. He's probably going to grow into that and get that leadership and that, when you're younger, you concentrate on one thing, defense. You got to have that head, that, mature head on you and that experience where you can concentrate on multiple things at one, leading the line, organizing, yelling at your players while you're doing that thing. So we missed that really experienced defender there. And I'm talking about experience as in more mature. Doesn't need to be, 30 years old, but Aguehi is 24 years old, but he's a leader. He's a captain.
But he's headed to Liverpool.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying that type of player, but it's hard to find a player like that and to have all the ball playing abilities because that's not his strength either. Not ball playing abilities, not his biggest strength either. So it's pretty hard to get a player like that. It's not easy to find. There's not too many around. So squad building, that's very important. But we do lack that at the back, I think, that organizational leadership role. I think we kind of lack that. I only see Tosin doing that mostly.
Wait, let me ask you the roast show was for 6 hours.
I didn't watch all of it. Yeah, I watched, I think, probably 3
My
hours.
goodness. But it's your
I
circumstances. Probably he's roasting those accounts you hate a lot. And
yeah. All of them, pretty much all of them. It was pretty good. You got to watch it. It's pretty fun. I couldn't watch all of it because it was too long, but I watched around 3 hours of it. I
Was
did skip
Andrew?
forward,
Andrew's always there. Was Andrew on the panel?
he was doing it himself mostly. He did it all himself.
Okay, I'm
He
shocked
did
Andrew
it.
wasn't there because Andrew's always there, and I think he's good friends with Andrew. Wow, I'm gonna try and find it and watch it. It'd be good. Maybe make some YouTube shots from it. Yes, Tosin is a leader, but I've always thought, he leads by example mainly. He's not the most vocal, in my opinion, but I'm gonna start paying attention now. I've always known that whenever he's in our back line, we don't make silly mistakes when we face persistent pressure from the opposition, which we do and when he's not on the pitch. The younger
Correct.
ones usually start panicking, then you see them making silly mistakes when we face a persistent pressure from the opposition. But whenever
Exactly.
he's on the pitch, that hardly ever happens. He's always cool, calm, collected, and reads the game very well. Um, so he says, yes, hit me up when we're live. I will have you on the panel. I would love to. Honestly, I will, and I'll make sure when I'm on your panel that Dante is on your panel too, so that I can fight him. Yeah, in another community. Yeah, but honestly, I've always been there whenever I can. But I appreciate you being here. That shows that, yeah, you appreciate us too, and we will reciprocate. We will raid your chat.
I
We
try to
are
watch.
the
Yeah, I try to watch
champions of
quite
the
a bit.
world, and we will always be okay. That he used. I'm not going to read that. I'm trying to read emoji as a text. Go ahead, Dante.
No, I was just saying I do watch his shows sometimes, but the time difference is a bit hard when he does his hours, when he does his shows. So yeah, I usually don't
Yeah,
see
because
them
you're
live. So I do
Aussie.
watch. Yeah, because he does a different time. So it
Did I
just
say
depends.
correctly?
Yes,
Aussie.
Aussie.
Aussie. Okay. Thank you for that. I think we will reciprocate in a big way. Defending as a unit with Tosin and Chalobah, we need proper defenders like Van Dijk. And I think you don't like Tosin. That's what I'm seeing there. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that. We got 63 people in the chat, and only right now we got 69. It was 90 plus before. 32 likes. Hit the like button, people. We can do a lot better. But here's the thing, because we're streaming in a vertical format, usually it's novice to a lot of people. Before you be able to see the like button, you'd have to press and hold your screen for just about a second. Then you see the bells and whistles, which includes the like, comment, and share options. But here's the thing: in the vertical format stream, we get tons of views, but not much likes. In a landscape format, not that much view as we would usually when we stream in the vertical format, but a lot of likes. But I think we'll keep balancing it out so people will get to understand how the vertical stream works. But thank you for always educating those in the chat there, Chelsea Ultra. Appreciate that. Yeah, he's a leader, but I don't know him as again vocal leader. I watched the Liverpool Arsenal game, and to be honest, the guy is right. They look miles ahead, defensively solid. Yeah, both teams are defensively solid. Arsenal always. I think they focus on actually, they've been making too many defensive signings, in my opinion. They don't even have, again, they have more defensive players than attacking players. You could argue that being one of the main reasons why they've come close to winning the Premier League for how many consecutive seasons, but they've not been able to pull it off. Even the attacking players they have hardly ever stay fit. Enzo is the most vocal player on the pitch. He doesn't stop. Yeah, I think I agree. He's probably the most vocal, even more vocal than Rhys James. Guehi is the same profile as Fofana, but I take Guehi over Fofana. Fofana still defends like a primary school kid, and I'm gonna explain why. Here's my theory of his situation of why he is not quite polished yet as a defender. Before we signed him, he was on the verge of reaching his peak as a footballer, not age-wise. And then we signed him, he's hardly ever fit. Had he stayed fit since we signed him, I think he'd be more polished now. So he hasn't developed to that measure that you can say would want him to since we signed him, because yeah, he's hardly ever fit. But let's hear you, Dante, your thoughts.
Yeah, look, and he's only 24, so he basically missed out on 2 years.
But he still plays like he's 21, 22, 20
exactly.
actually.
So he's 2 years behind on that sort of development, playing, consistently and playing on the field. Hardly been there at all, 20 games or so. So, and there were very few in between. So he hasn't got a run at it. So he's basically, yeah, you're right. He's probably a couple of years behind in his development because
and
of
down
that.
to the fact that, yeah, he's always injured, right?
Yeah, but he's always been, and he will be an aggressive defender. So he's always one of those that will jump out of the line and go and try to put a hard challenge on someone, or so when you have a player like that, you need someone next to him that is not like that. So when you see they were playing together, him and Colwell, they're both similar like that. And we did concede quite a lot of goals. We won those games, but we conceded goals in those games and a lot of chances. So you need to have one of that cool, calm head like a Tossin next to a player like that, so he can cover for him, basically. So yeah, it's hard to play two players like that. Look, he's a great defender, but yeah, he's a bit back on his development. Definitely 2 years. That's a long time in football, 2 years. So especially for a guy like him, that is a very long time. So it was almost there, but yeah, he's a bit behind now. Unfortunately, he needs a good year of playing consistently, and maybe we'll see him, be that guy. But it's going to take a little bit longer for him to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, I'm dying here. Somebody's roasting me in the chat.
Where? I can't see anything. Oh, the bottom one. Okay, it just popped up
Yeah.
now. Maybe he's talking about the picture or you. I don't know.
I don't know. I think he's talking about me, go.
I wonder who that is. I've never seen that name on here before.
That's the first time the person is here. Badiashile can play in the center, but I'd rather him on the left. And he has excellent passing range. Been bit shaky since he recovered from that long time injury. Never been the same, but he showed we did see promising performances from him, but it didn't last. He got injured again, and somebody said on X that he always gets injured during transfer windows, so he does sell him.
He does.
And that has happened more than once, actually.
Every transfer window has been injured. Yes. Even in January, transfer window has been injured.
Yeah.
Always.
Snowboard time pack. What did I do to you? Now you said I look like Nicolas Jackson from Temu.
No way. Not even close. I don't know where he's seeing that from.
What did I...
Maybe he's talking about the picture up there. Maybe.
I'm quite sure he's talking to me because this is Nicolas Jackson. Here's the Nicolas Jackson.
You look nothing like him, coach. I don't know what he's on about.
Since he joined Chelsea, he's had different looks.
Yeah, his hair mostly. His hair.
Yeah, when he had hair, the dread, he looks different, right? And it depends on it depends on you can say angle, right? So this is Nicolas Jackson, but I'm quite sure he's not talking about the he's not talking about the future, the picture on the screen. First he said, "Hey," which means he's getting my attention. Then why not say you look like Nicolas Jackson from Timu?
Is he still in the chat? Let him clarify that comment, please.
I want him. If you're still in the chat, please clarify. I'm quite sure you're not talking about the picture because that's his real picture. Yeah, the only thing I edited there, his shirt to make the Bayern and Chelsea shirt. And look, Chelsea Ultra, he's getting a kick out of that. He's a huge chuckle. He's getting a huge chuckle out of that one. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You look like someone responsible I'd trust, in all honesty. But thank you. Thoughts on Isaac at Liverpool? I'm not sure what to say. I'm not sure where that. Okay, they still have what's the Netherlands international, the Dutch international.
They just signed the new contract as well.
Cody Gakpo, right?
Gakpo, yeah. He just signed the new contract.
They still have Cody Gakpo, and they have the tall French international or Cameroonian international. It depends. But I think he could still represent Cameroon or France. What's his name?
Ekitike, yeah.
Ekitike. And then also now Isaac. I mean, 3 strikers, not bad. But the difference is that they're all top level strikers.
Well, the difference is, coach, that Ekitike is not really striker, and neither is Gapka. He's more left wing.
None of them are.
Yeah, Isak's
You wouldn't
probably
say
the only.
Isaac is a striker. Striker. Let's use that your language.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like a
But
proper.
I
The only one
understand.
that's close
They're
is
all
probably
hybrid number nines.
they're all hybrid, but it probably only. I would only say Isak is probably a bit more than those two. Yeah, because he's played that position a lot more than those two.
But still, I wouldn't use Isaac as a traditional number nine.
No, he's
You'd be
not. He's not.
wasting his talent.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not that way. But I'm just saying he's probably more than the other two just because he's played that position at Newcastle the
Better
most.
finisher than all of them.
Better finisher as well. So that's why he's played that position a lot for Newcastle, where those two, they didn't play that position as much.
But something else to say, they don't actually play in a manner. They don't. If they have a traditional number nine, I think it'd be practically useless, except if they change their approach.
They've never had one. Even what's his name? That was
On that
their
club also didn't do traditional number nine.
Firmino was their 9 for a long time. So
Hybrid.
yeah. So it was a link-up guy as well. Yeah.
So they've always had a hybrid number nines for a few years right now.
Yeah, they have. Yeah,
The
it's
last
their style of
traditional
play.
number nine they had the Englishman, was he? And the Caro.
They tried, but it didn't work out very well. So he was gone after 6
He had
months.
the chance. Andy Carroll had the chance on that club, right?
I think so. He was a record signing at the time, if I remember.
But not under him. Who signed him? Was it
Klopp?
Daglish?
Just before Klopp? I can't remember. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, I have no idea. But he was the only one, yes. But he didn't last long.
No, he said he was still there on the club, but club sold him, I think. But the point is, for a few years now, they haven't had a traditional number nine.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Well, because the way they play 4-3-3, they like to, attack quickly. So they want players that can link up or that can run in behind, basically. So yeah, they don't really play as with the striker. No, they don't play with the traditional striker. Definitely not.
Wait, can we go back a bit? How would you categorize Darwin Nunes? Hybrid too.
Yeah, he's not a typical striker. He's a transition running. He doesn't. Yeah, he's a run they're not box strikers. Let's put it that way. They're not traditional box strikers.
I think
Number
that's
9.
the most relatable term.
Yeah, they're not traditional box strikers. They're fluid transition, whatever you want to call it. They like to run into space and like to run in a quick attack quick when the defense is not set. That's how they play all their football. They want to catch defenses when they're not set, and that's how they score most of their goals.
What did I do this evening? Okay, look what Tony is doing here. He's trying to.
As soon as you made him a mod, he's gone for you. Well done, Tony. That's what I did as well, if I remember.
And
right.
he's trying to make me feel better. You see what he said there?
Well, someone that's closer to your age. At least Tossen's a bit closer to your age.
But you know what? I'll go with Tosin. I think that's correct. So you fixed it. That makes me feel better. Tosin is more handsome than Jackson, by the way. So yeah, I'll go with that. Than Jackson.
Yeah, go for that one.
Yeah. So I agree. That makes me feel better. But thank you you guys are here to roast me this evening. All right, Smart Ezra says, please,
Tony.
what's the update to George? Tyrique George to Roma. I did read something that suggests we're a bit hesitant. I'm not sure. Did you see that?
Please, Tyrique George, you're talking about?
Yeah, Tyrique George, I think so. I did read
he...
something that suggests we're a bit hesitant. We're not in a hurry to let him go because we might decide to keep him. I can't quite remember what I read, but...
Well, look, I think we were waiting for Garnacho to make sure that comes through. So we've got another winger there. So even you saw when he came on, he didn't come on as a winger. He came on as that basically a striker. So I think he's
able to operate there as a hybrid number 9. Yeah,
I think the more he gets mature and older, Tyrique George, I can see him transitioning from a winger more into that type of player because he's growing. He's getting taller as well. And just the way he plays, he's not really suited to winger anymore, I think. So you're going to see a lot of teams moving forward probably using him away from not so much out wide. So, yeah, look, I don't know. I think we held on to him just to see what happens right at the end of this window, just in case he needs to stay. But I still think he will go in the end. with
Eventually,
Garnacho
because
coming.
he wants to leave too. It's just that, I mean, he's going about it in a professional manner. He's not throwing tantrum or maybe behaving badly.
No. Well, look, with Guy coming back as well, he's definitely going to go now because Garnacho's in the squad, Guy's coming, and say Fermin comes as well. Well, he's got no room at all. So again, he's one of those players that needs to go out and play a lot more on loan, hopefully, or even if he goes permanent, we'll probably have a buyback clause or a sell-on clause, something. At least go and develop and play a lot more. Yeah, definitely. He needs to take that next step in his career because I don't think he'll get it at Chelsea, to be honest.
Yeah, and Conor Baker here says that the league is over. Anyone thinking Liverpool it's not going to win it? It's over, man. I don't think so. I'm going to say that again. They need to gel. They need to gel. I get it. The names, hearing the names alone they have in the forward area will scare the shit out of a lot of people. But if you understand football, at the moment it'd be more of a problem than a solution. But eventually it will click, and once it clicks, yeah, I get it. They're looking scary, but they it wouldn't. It's not going to be that efficient at the moment. They need time.
Look, they haven't. Yeah, and they haven't been that convincing, to be honest.
They have, yeah,
So,
exactly. They have not been that convincing too. Yeah, go ahead.
you know, they've been the previous game. They were, they just scraped by. So I mean, they're not convincing. It's not like they're steamrolling teams and smashing everyone. That's not the case. When that happens, well, then maybe you can make that call. But I haven't seen that yet. So yeah.
Yeah, it's not that straightforward. I wouldn't say the league is over. Any news on Fofana forward? The one we were linked with the move for, or you're talking about Datro Fofana? He's definitely going to leave. Chelsea Archer here says, I believe Datro Fofana is interesting. Is he? I thought we want the verge of selling him to a certain club. I can't quite remember. Conor Becker says, Fermin was a false nine. Isaac, Firmino, you mean, was a false nine. Isaac is an out and out forward. What do you mean? I mean, again, I don't think he's a traditional number 9. Maybe the term, maybe we're using the terms interchangeably, and it's confusing. Isaac isn't a traditional number 9. He's not.
No, he's not. No,
he's not.
He's becoming that more and more slowly because he's filling out in his body, getting stronger. Maybe will slow down, won't be as quick, but he will turn into that eventually a bit more. But no, he's definitely a more transitional forward at the moment. Yeah,
and in all honesty, if you try to use him as a traditional number 9, which would mean basically he'd wait inside the box, wait for the crosses, I don't think he's going to like it either.
Well, he's not that good in the air to play like that, first of all. Yeah. And he's not quite that strong either.
You'd be wasting his talent if you actually tried to use him as a traditional number 9. But yeah, I get it. I thought Wolves were interested in Datro Fofana. I didn't hear about that. Wavy L1. Maybe they are, and I am wrong, and you're wrong, mate. Maybe they were, and now he's hurt again. Not completely sure. You're talking about Datro Fofana, and Tony is saying, please don't. No. He's joking too. Nobody would do that, bro. We're joking. You should know, and I know you were. You do know that we were joking when we said that.
I'm encouraging. I'm encouraging you to do more.
Sorry, you're challenging him.
I'm encouraging him to do
roast
more.
me even more, right?
Yes.
All right, Chelsea Ultra. Let's see what else we have here. A question to Dante: why didn't the coach play Tucson in the final? Pace.
Basically, from what I said, when you play against teams that are quick transition and
you don't want to risk it.
You don't want to. He's not that type of player to be running left to right, back and forth. He's not that type of defender. That's when, he's in danger to run in behind, around left. You're getting him out of position, basically. Teams like PSG like that, they will drag people out of position. They put pressure on. They run quick. They transition quick. You can't play tossing against most of those teams because massive risk. And look, it worked. It worked that we didn't, because that's exactly what happened, and it worked. So that's why he's not plays doesn't play in those games, and that's why I said he's not type of defender to play every single game of the season. So he's not really, your just on the team shit like a Van Dijk that will play every single game. He'll play probably 60% of those games, but the other 30%, 40%, whatever, you're taking a risk playing him. You're going to get exposed. So yeah, and
Then,
that's
but he
exactly what
brings
Maresca's
huge
done
value
perfectly.
even when he's not playing. He's again,
Correct.
and the club knows that, which was why when people start spreading the rumors that he was going to get sold, I told them you must not be paying
No
attention.
chance.
But go ahead, what
No
you were saying.
chance. Yeah, he's not getting sold anyway. He's very important in that locker room, like you say. That's very important as well. He keeps everyone together. He's the oldest, basically there, one of the oldest. I think him, Cucurella, Sanchez. But yeah. Look, he's a great defender, but not for every single game. And Maresca's used him perfectly, exactly how he should be used, in my personal opinion, and it's worked very well.
Okay. An update on Tyrique Judge. Conor Baker says Roma are still in contact. Judge wants to go to Rome. In talks for 20 million euros. I think he'd be gone. Um,
Yeah, he'll go. Yeah, either loan or permanent, he'll be gone. Yeah.
let's see what else we have here. Who are you talking about? I don't
Stop telling
know.
your kids off, coach.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said, stop telling your kids off. What are they doing? Are they being naughty?
This is just distracting me. They want me to bribe them by telling them to go. Okay, go watch something until I come out. I'm not doing that. Yeah, the league is done. They will win the league. Okay, Conor Baker. I remember I told you it's not gonna be that easy. Yeah, it won't. But you're gonna be shocked. But they are three from Signs of Champions. Okay, I'm not sure I understand that particular comment there. Markland Leach says, let Jackson go. Make it clear he's not wanted. And now you stop a dream move. Who made it clear that he's not wanted? Nobody did. He just didn't want to compete. Have you forgotten he wants to feel important? And at Chelsea, we don't do that. We can have him and him alone as our sole number 9. So he just didn't want to compete. That's how I see it. And I wanted him to stay. But that's, by the way, my information could be well mistaken. We've had a lot of okay, you've had okay, sorry about that. Again, stay strong, brother. I appreciate you. Just know we love you. It's all good. The fans club, everyone wanted him gone. The fans wanted him gone. The club didn't want him gone. No, the club made it clear we're not looking to sell him. Yeah, I get it. The reports that talked about his the club wanting to keep him, his valuation, most of them at the time they did have something to the effect of Chelsea are not looking to sell Nicolas Jackson, but if the club gets a sizable offer, they consider it. We don't know which is the truth, but clearly the club never wanted to sell him. That's my opinion. Maybe you're right and I'm wrong, but I can tell you, for me, I've decided to believe that Chelsea didn't want to sell him. One thing that makes it clear we weren't looking to sell him was his reported valuation at the time, £80 million. I'm not sure what else to say. Listen, we can only speculate. I don't work for the club. You don't work for the club. Okay, nice to see you. Hello, guys. Can you tell me something about Nicolas Jackson? The deal is off. Bayern, they've officially. I have a very dirty mind. I'm trying to find a different way to phrase it. Bayern, they forfeited their pursuit of Nicolas Jackson. Yeah, I know Dante would like me to say it the other way, but I'm not doing that. So they know.
Well, they had to. They were not in no position to argue that with Chelsea. Chelsea is owns basically the player. He's under contract for Chelsea. It wasn't a permanent deal. It was a loan. So Bayern are just doing the correct, I guess you can say, diplomatic thing. And if Chelsea calls it off, they can't do nothing about it. Very simple.
Yeah, I just want to say Bayern PLUU. I don't want to use that language because I have a dirty mind. and already is
What were you
going
gonna
on in my
say? I
mind,
don't
but I
even
don't
know
want
what's
to drag
dirty about
others
that.
into it.
What were you gonna say that's so dirty? I don't understand.
I don't care. Bayern pulled out. That's what I'm saying. Telling
Oh,
you, I
okay.
have a very, very, you could say, hyperactive mind and dirty at the same time. So easily,
So
like the slightest word that's similar to any other
right,
thing,
I
boom.
get it. So
Yeah,
Bayern pulled out of Jackson. Is that what you're saying?
just leave me alone. I'm not talking about
You're
that
causing this
again.
all yourself, coach. Just you're causing this yourself. What's
Any news of Fermin Lopez? Um, okay. These things we're going to talk about now doesn't necessarily mean that certainly he's coming to Chelsea, but it does show that he's told them he wants to leave. Because first we had dressed up one report that said something to the effect of if he from in wants to leave Barcelona, he should make it public, which tells me that he'd already told them he wants to leave. But now, like Dante explained, now they're trying to make sure the public knows that yeah, we didn't sell him. He wants to leave. We didn't push him out. And then Hansi Flick, after a game, during his post-game presser today, I think he was asked about Famin's the possibility of Famin leaving Liverpool or leaving Barcelona, and then he says, and this is the most telling sign yet, that yeah, Famin is looking to leave Barcelona. Let me just leave it at that. So he reads, I don't want to talk about Famin. When the market is over, we will know 100% if he will stay. We don't want, he doesn't have to say the latter part. He doesn't want to say the latter part. But for me, the sort of person I am, even the first part of that second paragraph gives away a lot. For him to say, I don't want to talk about, for me, when the market is over, we will know 100% if he will stay. Then he went on to say, we don't want egos because egos will kill success. That's telling. That latter part of that second paragraph of this report is seriously telling. So you can add, I mean, you be, I wouldn't say otherwise if you say, yeah, that sounds like they've had a falling out already. But that'd be to some extent taking it too far. But it looks like, yeah, he's told them he wants to leave. Adewale, might be nice to see you, Ekaro. I do hope you're doing well. Hi to you too. And Rich Money Makers, very good answer, thank you. From Dante or who? From Republic of Benin. Because that looks, the spelling looks like English words, so I'm able to tell what you said there. Kishon, just go back to where you from. Don't come here again. Don't come here again. Just go. Don't call my name like you're a good person, but just go away and leave me alone. Let's see. Nicolas Jackson news. We've talked about that. I'm quite sure you heard it. Oliver here. Just you hijack Isaac. No, we don't want to do that. Yahoo Sports are stating Roma increasingly confident of landing Tyrique Judge. The reports are from Italian Sky. I doubt he was enamored being put on out on or out of position, then subbed. Reports was 4 hours ago, so it looks like it's going to happen. Sorry if I pronounced the word you used there, if I didn't pronounce it correctly. Isaac is done already. He's gone. Yeah. Jackson flew in and got put back on the plane. Yeah, Oliver, thank you for that. That is Naco Gonstana. Do you think Lopez is coming? I mean, the possibility is there, but don't hold your breath. The signs are looking good. We might be surprised with a beat early in the morning. Very possible, because the initial beat, for me, reflects the fact that we're seriously interested in signing him. Chelsea Ultra said Jackson lost his will to fight as soon as he got competition. All the people feeling sorry for him need to understand that he is contracted to Chelsea. More importantly, yeah. Why will Bayern? Okay, he knows exactly what he's doing, Dante. They had to, because Chelsea said we're no longer interested in doing business with you. Okay, Jackson should come with a different mindset. Possibly, eventually, he will calm down. He's a professional. Barcelona have said they will leave the decision up to Fermin. They will not accept our 14 million bid. I think probably up to 60-50. Dante, was that what you said? And Fermin is considering Chelsea. That's that as of today. Dante, were you saying something?
No, coach, but no, but yeah, I don't think they'll accept anything less than 70, to be honest. So I
Yeah,
maybe even more than that. So
yeah.
if he makes it public, that will help. But if he doesn't, it's not happening because yeah, they're gonna. They said they won like 80 million for him.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. It should be more than 14 million. I do agree.
Coach, why is Chelsea
Sanchez.
Ultra writing everything in like caps
Yeah,
for?
yeah.
Is
It
there a
has to
reason
do
for
with
it?
this condition.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Santos should have gone on. Should have gone on, and Pedro moved forward. My match going friends and didn't want Jackson gone. Nor do I. I don't want him gone. I think a lot of people that understand football and the importance of having three strikers or a good depth didn't want him to leave. Wanted Jackson out. Wow. Yeah, some fans do. A lot, actually.
A lot
With
wanted him
Jackson
out.
and
Yeah.
Guy coming back, and if we don't get Firmin or anyone else, how does everyone rate this window out of 10? Many fans online seem to have already forgotten about anything before Gittins. I'd say, honestly, I still give it a 10. I think we made important signings. I still give it a 10, but Dante, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll probably say probably 9 out of 10, not a 10, 9 out of 10, but that's a very high rating from me. So we've covered all of our weaknesses. Basically, we've improved our attack, our wing depth, our strikers, our left back situation. So yeah, our midfield cover, which was glaring at the end of the season, we didn't have. Now we've got plenty there, so we've covered pretty much everything. Just probably that centre back, like I said, basically maybe the keeper, but the keeper's good for now. I think they're good, both of them for now. But probably the centre back is the only one. But that's why I give it a 9 out of 10. Otherwise, maybe it would have been a 10 out of 10. But it's very hard to get a 10 out of 10 for me. So yeah, look, it's nearly a perfect window, in my opinion. I think people are just forgetting because they like the last dopamine hit, the last transfer. They forget about the 9 before that.
Even the 9 is fine. All right, I'm gonna give back the microphone to those in the chat. Catch up with everything we have there, and then we can call it a day. I think I need to go take care of my kids now. They're screaming, and their mom
Go
is.
check, coach. I'll continue if you want.
Sorry.
You need to go because I can hear them screaming.
Yeah. Just give me a few minutes. I'll be back.
All right, go for it. Yeah, I'll just go through the chat quickly wherever we are. So yeah, just Tony. Yeah, with Jackson and Guiu coming back, and if we don't, oh yeah, that's just about the window. Yeah, look, yeah, Tony. Look, a lot of people are just concentrating on the next signing or the one we, because we missed out on Simmons. Maybe that's why people are really upset. I think most of. Look, I wanted Javi Simmons as well. I think he would have fit perfectly in this team. But us not actually bidding for him, well, that told me a lot. Obviously, we didn't really want him in the end for some reason. Now, we don't know exactly what reason that is yet. I mean, there's a couple of sort of reasons I can sort of name, but I'm not 100% sure. Tottenham did offer him, made him the highest earner from what I've seen at Tottenham, so they gave him quite a large wage. I don't think we would have offered him that wage, to be honest. So that's one. They made him the star player, basically the star boy of Tottenham, the main man there. That's another thing as well. Maybe he also wanted to be guaranteed to be a starter, to be the main man. Like I said, we probably couldn't offer him that, to be honest, not with Palmer in our team. So I think that had a lot to do with it, of course. I don't think he was
You're talking about Xavi Simmons.
Javi Simmons. Yeah, I think because that's why people are really putting this window down because we didn't get Javi Simmons, in my opinion. That's why everyone's really hating this window just because of that decision. But if
We
we
didn't
bid for
get him
him, like I was
because we
saying,
couldn't, or because we weren't able. I'm still
yeah,
saying probably because we could say a better option emerged, and we're sure we'd still be able to pull off that better option, in my opinion. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Yeah, coach. That, and also, like I said, there could be other factors. Like he wanted to be the main man. He wanted to be a
Uh-huh.
guaranteed starter. We couldn't offer him that. Not with Palmer in that 10 position. We couldn't do
Yeah, I
that.
agree.
They made him the highest earner at Tottenham. We couldn't do that. We're not going to offer
Hmm.
him higher salary than anyone at our club. And yeah, and like I said, those two reasons sometimes for a player maybe could swing it towards Tottenham. And we didn't bid it for him in the end, but
Yeah.
we obviously knew something. Well, hopefully it will come out in the next, few days after the window ends. We might find out more information why that was exactly.
Yeah, all right. Thank you so much for that. I will catch up with what we have in the chat, then we'll call it a day. Yeah, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. And Conor Baker says if we put a bid in of 60 million for Fermin, he becomes our player. I think we'll get that deal done. It's driven by my belief that that was one of the main reasons why we forfeited our pursuit of Xavi Simons with Jackson and Guiu coming back. And if we don't get Lopez or anyone else, okay, I think we've addressed that particular one. Anything else to address here? What is this one talking about? Conor Baker says, Sugo, he looks class. I think he's a good player, in my opinion. So no worries, no worries. He understands. When nobody's laughing at you, we're not laughing. You know that. You know we're not laughing at you. He just asked, and I explained. Um, our window could honestly, excuse me, be done already at this rate. I think it was a solid window with adding depth in some needed areas, but I still think we have some gaps. But let's see what they do tomorrow. I haven't taken the time to look at our squad and figure out what areas we still need to do something. He misses too many chances. Sorry, but he has to go if we want to win the league, according to Conor Becker. And Vic is back. And I thought you were at work. Then I'm not going to hear from you again. Many City, Arsenal, and Liverpool, Man City, so to speak, Arsenal and Liverpool do not have three strikers, but Chelsea fans, I cannot do without three strikers. Okay. Ugu Slow, good morning to you too, Mr. Ugwani. Ugwenu, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. We have too many online fans addicted to dopamine. They get their fix from reactions, and they are just trained to look for the next dopamine hit in the way of a big name player. Forget what we've done. I think that era have gone. We're not going to always go for big name players. Gustana says that I think Barcelona might take, around that, and hopefully we'll be able to do that. And Conor Becker, if any player is thinking about the Spurs, it shows their mentality. I think we left Xavi because he was thinking about Spurs. That may well be the reason. I honestly don't know. It's good to laugh at that. No, that one, the reason why we were laughing, and I think you know that. And I think you've been here long enough to know that we don't operate like that. And I think you know, so don't worry. We're good. We're good, bro. You know that already. I've been told that we weren't disappointed about losing Sims. Okay. The coach did not phone Sims. The coach does not want the. Okay. Okay, for me, so Spurs didn't beat us. We didn't even put in offer again, make an official bid. So for me, it was never a hijack. But that's by the way. I want to say thank you to all of you that found time to be part of the conversation. Rich Amoni Mekos and my bro Chelsea Ultra. Thank you for the hype thing you talked about. Please keep reminding people. I really do appreciate that. Conor Becker, thank you for joining. And Nako Gostana, thank you for joining. Tony Sewell, thank you so much. I appreciate you, bro. And the Ubu Slow, thank you. Vic, who else was here? Vic that I don't like, by the way. Let me make that clear. And if I miss your name, and on the panel, of course, with the captain of the community in Constantine Dante. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all. And cheers. And thank you. Thank you also for my bro from Casually FC for visiting. We will reciprocate as promised. See you. Cheers.
Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Still blue. Hmm. Still blue. Hmm. road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Reetz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew. Born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remains. my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less.